Guten Tag, my friends. Welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. Hey, Shadowmancer, what's going on, man? Let's actually turn it up so that you can hear Final Fantasy IX. It's typically important. I tend to look for gameplay in my games, too. Well, you would have had the gameplay, the sound was the problem. Oh boy, you can tell how focused I am on what's going on right now. I'm a bit out of it, but I find that makes for some of the most fun streams when I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. Improv's really about just... You remember that old song? Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Yeah, that's very much that. Let's go over to a mountain. If I can find this place anyway. This is the one thing that the Chocobo can't do. We still can't... Yeah, remember this, everybody? How we left off on this... We were trying to find our way. We got our dark blue Chocobo to work with. Now we can pretty much go across any oceans, any mountains we want. The only thing we can't do is go up straight inclines like this. Like, I'm holding down and to the left right now. Camera's moving in reaction to my character. Chocobo ain't. He's just like, yeah, that's a bit too long of a step. I'm willing to run down the side of what? This is how steep of an incline right here? But he's just a bit too skittish about jumping into water that deep. Makes sense to me. Question mark. Punctuation's important with that kind of thing, don't forget. Remember your English, kids. So, how's everybody doing this past week? Anything life-changing happen to anybody since our conversations last night? I have been having some interesting talks with the rest of the members of Team Pizza. Peninsula sort of points to it. But we've got this cold lagoon here that we should probably check out. I know where to find that at the very least. That's up in the top left corner, yeah? Yeah, it's good, friend. What was that movie that came out a long time ago, Beer Fest? Every time I do that accent, I think of it. You know what's the funny thing about that movie? My dad figured out what the big plot twist was. He figured out what the story was going to be like, we walked out from that one halfway through. Correction, he walked out halfway through of it. I had to follow because he had the only car, the only method of getting home at the time. I barely remember anything about that movie, except for that initial confrontation they had, possibly due to the fact that I only watched half of the film. It was alright. That's what I can distinctly say about it. It was perfectly average. It was exactly funny enough. I can't really say anything bad about it. I can't really say anything good about it either, but hey. You take your compliments where you can get them, right? So we're looking for something that sort of looks like a pincer, yeah? Bit of a snip, that's what that picture looks like to everybody else. Kind of looks like a crab claw coming out from the, I guess, from your perspective it would be like this. Looks like it has an arm of sorts. I tend to latch on to visual details like that, because that's all you've got when hunting down these treasures. Do you remember back in this game when we were actually advancing the plot? Good, neither do I. It'll make things easier in the long run, yeah? It'll give us the ability to move forward with impunity because we'll be so overpowered for everything that's coming up, it won't matter. At least we got some rockin' music. Wish I had some maracas lying around so that I could contribute to this. There it is. Hey, you look awfully familiar. Say, I need to speak to a man about some treasure chests. Would you happen to know anything about that? Yes? No? Possibly? No. It's actually holding out on me. Oh, wait. Wait. There we go. Spoke just a bit too soon. 11 paradots, 9 opals, 15 sapphires, 19 topaz. Whole bunch of gemstones. If you ever decide to go after some of the friendly monsters in this game, that's going to be the treasure box for you. Now, there are some other treasure boxes that I should probably hunt down as well. But for now, I should probably also make a return to the Chocobo Lagoon, because now that we've got this blue body, there are a whole bunch more treasures we can discover down there. For now, anyway. Once we dig up all of those chocographs, Mog tells us that we can't find any more there, then we'll be ready. We'll be ready to go do more of this fantastic treasure hunting out there. Items galore. Not a whole lot of experience. It's like that old X-Play bit of, most people play World of Warcraft, I'm winning World of Warcraft. And he goes into this intricate detail about how he's scamming people in the auction house, buying low, selling high, he's got all of this gold. And then at the end of the interview, the guy asks him, what level are you at? Level? 19. Turns back to the computer with a self-conscious look on his face. It's like, play how you want. I'm not gonna rag on people too hard for their choices in games like this, because, to hell, look at what I'm doing right now. It's just, I find this utterly engaging. The idea that I'm getting my characters ready for things that they would never be prepared for otherwise. I'm taking every possible precaution to become as strong as possible. And surely I'll be rewarded for it, right? Don't you look at me like that. What do you guys say? I'm gonna hold a vote in the chat right now. Would you rather I go out and I go take care of story right now? Or is it gonna be chocobos all day, every day? You look kinda dirty, Kupo. Aww. Now he feels bad. Way to go. Did I hurt your feelings? Sorry, Kupo. Well, it doesn't matter what color you are, Kupo. You're still my Choco. I mean, I'm the one riding him all over the place, but sure, he's your Choco. Whatever. And now that I've got the full body, I can actually access the full map. You'll also notice we're pecking at lightning speeds here. We got a chocograph right off the bat? Good stuff. Look at that. It's almost too easy now here. Even when we go to the deeper areas, I would not be surprised in the least if we actually managed to get 8 every single time we were doing this. After all the trouble we had getting treasures in the past, being able to dig things up as quickly as possible here is incredibly satisfying. Bonus after 4 discoveries. Run like the wind, Choco. Dig like the wind, too. Erosion, it makes sense. Oh no, you've actually got to find the treasure, friend. There you go. It takes long enough. Just poke your nose in the right spot. It'll reward you eventually. Oh, it was in the entrance. This is why you always check while you're there. Another one? No. Not that lucky. It's got to be programmed in such a way that it doesn't let you just pick up treasures in the exact same spot twice, right? Yeah, my fingers don't respond in that way, so it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Yeah, I think we're on the right track here. The nose knows. This Chocobo's nose knows, as a matter of fact. Yes, I want to play Chocobo hot and cold. You haven't told me there's no... There's that word again. You become self-conscious about it after a while. It's just that writer's instinct. It's like we've exaggerated this a bit much lately. Oh, what did I just say about finding treasures right next to one another? Sadly, it's buried a little too deep for us to take advantage of the 5-second bonus, but still. That was perfect. His cry was even high-pitched enough that it sounded natural in that. Became stronger. You're strong enough already, buddy. Oh my god, more chocographs. Bonus after 4 discoveries. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. You. You're gonna give me all your treasures. And I'm gonna walk out of them a happier man because my pockets are gonna be infinitely heavier. The treasure chest revenge. It's amazing you found so many. But you need to stop. I'll go out of business if you keep going. Special bonus if you'll just quit now. We might actually be able to afford that robe soon. 168 points off of 1 run. Even 3 levels on the beak out of that. This is where this really starts speeding up. So everybody who was worried that this was going to take way too long, don't. This goes a lot faster from this point forward. Now that I said that, I kind of wish the music kind of sped up a little bit. I wonder if there's a way to do that in the emulator. If there's a fast forward button somewhere on the keyboard just as a shortcut, like you can do with the SNES. Just speed things up when you want to skip cutscenes or unavoidable dialogue in games. Not that the SNES had many cutscenes you had to worry about, but still. It's nice that it's there, you know? This one's hiding. Oh, there you are. Not hiding so well, it seems. You gotta wonder about this path up there. Like, what is that? It looks like you can walk around in that spot. Like, there's a bridge, and there's another exit. You think that's what Mene uses to get in and out? Okay, 14 seconds. Let's make it count. Get at least one more treasure while we're here. All these potions that I'm never going to drink because I think I've already got like 99 of them in my bag. I mean, we've got the auto potion ability, but I think we're actually past the point where that's useful even. Because 150 HP, 300 if you've got the chemist skill is not terribly high at this point. We're approaching, what, level 30, 40? Again, it's been so long since we've done some actual adventuring, I've totally forgotten. There you go. Help yourself to that dead pepper, you've earned it. All the work we've done together. All the goshal greens you could ever want. They're buried just below the surface, friend. Along with a whole bunch of treasure that I'd like to have, but you will never go hungry. What would a chocobo do with treasure anyway? I guess find his own game series on the Nintendo Wii that nobody ever played. They're a neat little set of dungeon crawlers, this Chocobo's Dungeon series, I've heard, but I've never played them. Can anybody attest to that out there? Do you know anything about those games whatsoever? And should I play them? I'm looking for more things to play after this is over. I've got a couple things in mind that I'm really hankering to get along to. Because we are coming up on near the end of Final Fantasy IX. We've got... If we get all the Chocobo stuff done soon, we've got maybe 6, 7 streams left before this is all over. I hate to break the bad news to everybody. Now that I've said that, though, there's gonna be 10 more parts. Watch. Because that's just how that goes. You don't tempt fate, it tempts you with a whole lot of different bad stuff. You must never speak its name. Sorry if you can hear that button mashing. I try to minimize it when I can, but... Getting warmer. Probably why it's called hot and cold. Yeah, these are the good rounds. The ones where you've got over 30 seconds to go when you hit the halfway mark to a full treasure bag. Then, of course, you get situations like this where it just refuses to show itself. There you go. Okay, 6 down, and we got 25 seconds left. You can do it. I believe in you. You've been training your whole life for this moment, or at least most of the life that I've known you. Yeah! Bonuses galore. And 13 seconds left, too. It's got to be a decent bit of bonus points, right? 144, yeah. That's 2 beak levels out of that. Well, those ropes before you know it. 10,000 points, pff, whatever. We're good. I only have to repeat this process, what, like 80 more times based on the points we've got? Get lucky enough to find 8 treasures during a single run in the first place? It's like words come out of your mouth, and then you realize that you're being super cocky, so you try to make up for it. Hubris is a powerful force in this universe. I tell you right now, karma has a way of catching up to you if you're not careful. And it's in all aspects of life. There's gotta be a balance out there. One good turn deserves another, but at the same time, you put yourself too high on a pedestal, eventually the wind's gonna pick up and knock you down. That's why you stay humble. That's why I never build even if I do build myself up, it's just in jest. I tend to look at myself in the way that I try to remind myself that what I do probably isn't that special. Because who knows, there'll probably be somebody coming along who does what I do much better in the future anyway, and I'm okay with that. It'll motivate me to pick myself up even farther, keep improving. Show those young little whippersnappers how it's done. So how y'all doing out there? You having fun? It's day 600 of Final Fantasy. Yes, it is, Gish. Or day 11, actually. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to keep up on these streams as much as I wanted to in the past. I think this is the 11th stream, anyway. The ones on the YouTube channel are up to... The ones on the Team Pizza Plays channel are up to episode 10, so hopefully I didn't miss one in the run there. Aggressive frog collection is still the main priority. Yes, it is, as a matter of fact. That on top of collecting every chocograph that ever existed. You gotta wonder, there's a slight bit of lore surrounding these stones if you look super deep into it. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but there is a purpose for all of these treasure stones being all over the world. I don't actually want to find all of the treasure chests right now. And even if I do, I want to stay away from a particular spot on the map, because it'll actually take our chocobo away from us. We won't be able to do anything else with the guy. It's sad, but he'll have bigger and better things to do at that point. You're too good for us, huh? I see how it is. You be that way. I'm still gonna miss you, though. You know what? That's actually a good point, though. We haven't collected frogs in quite some time. I should probably fix that. Yeah, make sure Cuna's nice and fed. Giving the chocobo enough attention. And John St. John is just in the team like, I have mini games too. What's going on in your guys' worlds? I think I asked this question a little earlier, but... I've been having a really interesting day trying to restructure the way things work around here, like really nail down a consistent schedule to where I can make things. The response to the video that went up on Saturday has been overwhelmingly positive, and it's super motivating to make sure that I deliver in the future. I like frogs too. They're weird in a really cool way. What are frogs, Mulder? Giving people a 70% trade-in value for everyone? Even cash? Probably because of the Steam sale. Like, let's be honest here. It's like, no. Digital games aren't a thing yet. Come to retail. Trust me, it's not outdated. Don't worry about it. Cool frog fact? Ooh, can't wait. Tell me. I want to know. How cool is this? I'm trying to read that and keep eyes on the notifications the game's given me at the same time. They're raised in iodine-free water. They remain tadpoles for life. Iodine-free? Huh. I wonder, why is that? I know frogs go through several cycles of life, but what is it about that particular chemistry? Like, you've raised that point, now I want to know the scientific explanation for that kind of thing. Do you have that? Like, what's the story here? Do they understand why that happens, or is it just something they were like, oh, that's cool, well, move on to the next random study that we have here. That's so interesting. Huh. We all learned something here today. We all learned that Froggy skipped a very dark future that he could have had. He could have avoided the Toho future. Which is just... I don't care what age you say you are, you still look like you're too young to drink. You're a vampire? Uh-huh, sure, whatever. Yeah, come back with some ID, kid, and then we'll talk. McLovin! God, that's a movie I haven't seen in forever. Oh, what is that film? Where he gets the fake ID card, calls himself McLovin. Was that 21 Jump Street? I think that's the first name that comes to mind. The cops, like, make him their friend. They take him out, they blow up the car. They try to make him cooler by taking him out of the house in the middle of the party. God, that was an interesting movie. I'm like, why weren't my teenage years this interesting? All I did was sit around and listen to Linkin Park and play Dark Cloud 2. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'll allow that. Sorry that auto mod caught you there. I tend to leave auto mod on just in case we ever get popular around here. Just for the things that I might not catch if I'm not looking at the chat too often. But I'm always looking at the chat often, so maybe it's not needed after all. Or just in case any of my regular, like, human mods aren't here yet. Just be safe, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Better safe than sorry. Que sera, sera. Say. So did you hear There's a news article I read the other day. Looking at this ocean floor reminds me of this. Apparently, the Great Barrier Reef has a value of a couple $1 billion, like 3.7 or something like that. I'm like, one, that's kind of cool. However, who rates these kinds of things? Like, just based on the headline alone, like, what kind of value are we talking here? Like, as a tourist attraction? Like, that's how much people from other countries spend to come visit this thing and, like, take dives and whatnot? we're estimating maybe if you tried to buy that land from Australia, this is how much you would foot for the bill. All of these questions that I will unfortunately never have an answer to because I don't have the time to read in the morning. I won't have the time for anything come here in the near future, but that's another story for another time. Oh boy, do I have a lot of work in my near future. This is... The more people start coming in, the more you start to really realize, oh, this isn't a game anymore. Like, now I can offer people subscriber privileges on Twitch. I know it's just an affiliate, and all I'm gonna have is a black star next to my name as opposed to anything truly special, but at the same time, you too, if you donate $4.99 to the cause, can have this jank-ass looking pizza emoticon. I don't know what went wrong with that thing. I tried to fix it, and it looked even worse than it was before. I am so mad. I saw this guy on Twitter who was like, hey, if you want any Twitch emotes, commission me. I'll be happy to make them for you. And I'm thinking of taking him up on that offer, because clearly I'm not up to task. Oh my god, that thing is misshapen. That looks like a pizza that Spider-Man did too many rough impacts to over the course of the second game, you know? Mr. Aziz will flip if I flip these pizzas. And oh boy, did that one get flipped. That pizza's about ready to flip something. And it rhymes with curd. What's it feel like to be validated by Twitch? It's nice. It's one more step. It's an extra way that people can support me if they want. If they want is the big thing. Like, I'm not the only fish in this pond. If somebody out there does support me, it's kind of mind-blowing because it's like, you're giving me money when there are so many other options out there. Like, people who, for that same amount, could give you so many more emotes. Like, just on principle, you're willing to give me that kind of money just because it supports me and it elevates me. It gives me a little more leeway in being able to do this kind of thing for a living. That's super cool, and you are super awesome. Which is why, as soon as the stream is over, I'm probably going to go straight to sleep so that I can have a full day to work with tomorrow, and then I'm going to fix that emote so that you have something worth paying for. We haven't found a chocograph in a while. I can't help but notice this. It has been quite some time since one of those stones has shown its face. Its stone face. Its rock face. Its facial formation. Its visage. Its facade. Its features to us. And they said I couldn't be a writer. They actually said I could be. This is one of my few really proud moments. Is an English class. I think it was 10th grade, if I remember correctly. One of the things I did in my writing class specifically, we had to write a short story. And what I came up with was an idea about a vigilante with multiple personalities. He would... Like, the guy who actually hunted down the criminals, his writing style was all chopped up. He used unconventional sentence structure, that kind of thing. There was one personality that was a woman, and he actually, apparently he did a very convincing job disguising himself as one because everybody believed that he was that gender. And in the morning, like during his day job, he's just a regular guy. It's just this psychology thing that's going on with him. And my teacher brings this back to me, not only with a passing grade, but he's like, dude, you have fantastic talent. Like, you should write this out into a full thing. Like, he said this exactly. It's like, you should make this a full book and try to sell it. Because he said back then, you have phenomenal talent in writing, and to come from somebody who spent how much time in college with that kind of thing, to say that, it was That was very cool to hear. Here's the only twist on that. I actually sort of, kinda, maybe borrowed that idea from Killer 7. I mean, I put some original twists on it. He wasn't a serial killer, and the story wasn't nearly that weird. It didn't have anything to do with international conspiracy, but the basic premise of the main character was the same. Legion, yeah, that's another good example. I don't know much about Legion, though. I knew he had a TV series not too long ago, and what is that? Did anybody see the Legion TV show, and if so, how was it? The only thing I know about that character is he's apparently Charles Xavier's son? Or am I thinking of a completely different Legion here? Oh, the X-Men. Why aren't you in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Right, you don't have to fill that in, by the way. That's a rhetorical question. I know damn well why. It's just a shame that nobody on the dev team will admit it and just confirm. It's better to have closure. It's just like, look, our hands are tied on this one. We're sorry. We wanted to make this happen, but it's just not going to happen. We apologize, but that's all there is to it. It's nothing we can do anything about. And it's like, that's fine. I can accept that. The game will be lesser for it, but at least you were honest with us, and I can respect you. It's disgustingly good? Ooh. In that case, I might actually have to check it out. In fact, let me open up a Word document here, leave you on this. Here, I'll at least not, I won't leave you on a black screen there. Now you can look at the tutorial for a while I write this down. Beep-be-deep-be-deep-be-deep. Current projects. The queue. Cartoons, anime, movies. I actually don't have one for shows, so let's fix that right now. 18 point, bold, shows. Set it back down to 12 point. Legion. Not Lechifion. Legion. Bam! Let's start this journey, finally. I mean, we started it a long time ago, several episodes, as a matter of fact. Eh. He's excited at the very least. Somebody's happy to be doing this, but somebody's also getting paid in Goshel Green, so I don't blame him. Don't trust me with money. I think is the first thing you should know, because I will eat all of my cash if I'm given half the opportunity. I'll just spend it on good food. Pretend that I have the capacity to eat better than to eat about as well as I used to be able to while I was living with my dad and he footed the bill. Life kind of changes when there's somebody providing for you that makes, oh, if not six figures, he made damn close to it. Being a GM at a hotel kind of makes that happen. I'm not gonna say which hotel chain or in what part of the state, but he's actually thinking of moving out of that house soon. Retiring. Heading up to Michigan anyway, so none of y'all can pester him even if you wanted to. A hotel game master. We're out of pillows. Everyone dies. Adventure over. General manager is the correct term. And just in case, I know you're probably kidding, but just in case. Now you've got my brain running, because this is just the kind of creative type I am. It's like, what if there was an RPG based around, a tabletop RPG based around running a hotel? I mean, there's an RPG out there based on being a maid in a mansion. You never know. There are people who find ways to make just about any concept work. Let's see, the general manager would be the one in charge, so you wouldn't have to change the term GM. He'd be running the entire adventure. You'd have weird guests coming in from all over. You'd have to use different social skills. A huge charisma modifier would probably be really helpful in that game. Because you could talk your way out of most situations. There's the security guy who's very high in strength. The Olympics happen and you just get swarmed by people. Different fantasy races coming in that all have their different needs. You're trying to accommodate for different people and build the place up. And the GM doesn't want to screw you over too badly because he has a personal stake in this. It's technically his hotel. Like, he'd want to see this succeed just as much as you do. Yeah. As a matter of, yeah. This might actually have some legs. Too bad I'm working on an RPG as is, and it's way far away from being done. I'm a little more in love with that idea at the moment, and being working on an RPG core book right now, I can say it's no small feat, so I'm just gonna stick to one for the moment. Put that on the back burner. We have got the craziest oven in the world here at Team Pizza, because we've got about 1 million things on the back burner right now, and none of them are cooking at the moment. Eventually, we'll get there. Olé! Where are we in terms of points? We're getting some of the higher level items from this Moogle. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Nah, I was hiding at the entrance. I should have done it. It's a 50-50 shot, really, when you're that low in points. I've seen weirder characters. Have you ever seen that list out there? What is it? 2,475 things. Yes. 2,475 things Mr. Welch can no longer do during an RPG. Hold on a second. I'll actually link this in the chat because it's a very entertaining read. It's like, even if the rules... there are things like, there is no use of Shatner's spoken word album that does not require a sanity check. Even if the rulebook allows it, I will never let you summon 10,000 blue whales at once again. That kind of thing. Gnomes do not have the racial ability temporary kickstand. If at any point my dwarf starts taking on the mannerisms of Macho Man Randy Savage, he instantly dies. Those kinds of things. I won't spoil too many of them, but yes, please take a look at that. Even if you're not that big on tabletop RPGs, and you don't really understand all of the jokes, ask me about them. I'll probably be able to fill you in. God, I love the fact that I'm living with these guys now, and I'm able to actually engage in things like tabletop role-playing. I made a Pathfinder character this morning. I'm ready to go in a completely different kind of campaign. It's semi-future based. There are guns. We've actually got to deal with this war that happened a few years ago. There's a mystery to solve. There's intrigue. There's political happenings going on. It's great. I can actually stretch all of these improvisation skills that I've learned doing these kinds of streams and do something amazing with them. Apply them to a semi-real life type of setting. And who knows, maybe that'll actually bump me up even further. I can come up with even more quick quips. Try saying that 3 times fast. Quick quips, quick. Wow, okay, yeah, that definitely is... Try that for yourself. A lot of people say that, like, say that 3 times fast, but I mean it this time. That's gotta be... That is an actual tongue biter right there. I know tongue twister is the right word, but I think tongue biter is a little better, because you're trying to force your mouth to do things it's not used to, and usually that will result in teeth meeting tongue. Ugh. Not a good time for anybody, especially the flesh in your mouth. About the 100th potion we've dug up, that's amazing! What else are we gonna find here? Another thing that's not a chocograph? I can't wait! Goshel greens, great! Awesome, outstanding, amazing! All I did was press A! I quote that way too much. It's probably not gonna stop me from quoting it in the future, but hey. No, it probably is. I drive myself nuts with the fact that I lean on the same jokes over and over. It's a crutch, is what it is. You gotta find new material. You gotta go out there. You gotta live. You gotta bring experiences back that you can share. I say that, but just running around on the internet itself, some interesting things tend to happen to you. You meet some fantastic people. For instance, something I might be doing with Ice Cold Koopa in the near future here, I have some plans for a birthday stream. And since it's also his birthday right around the same time, in fact, I think he and I have birthdays on the exact same day, I am actually going to be going over to his place, and that's the current plan anyway, and we're going to be doing something. I'm going to be playing potentially one of my favorite video games of all time with other people, and there may or may not be alcohol involved. That's all I'm going to say for now. What's this now? Hold on, you said something powerful and philosophical, and I want to make sure I read it correctly. Mundane and repetitive instances are your life in reality, and the abnormal is just that. Fair enough. Fair enough, friend. I always wanted to go diving. I don't think my mom would ever let me do it as a kid, though. She was definitely scared of drowning. And I'm definitely scared of heights, so something like that hole in the center of the ocean, in the center of the deeper area of the lagoon over here. You see that kind of swirl in the middle of that area? Yeah, that kind of puts me just a tad bit on edge. Try and stay off of it if I can. That's probably why my fingers are going along that particular track, hugging the wall when I can, avoiding stepping directly on it, because instinctively it feels like something bad's gonna happen if I do. Scared of heights, the darkness. Well, no, not the darkness itself, but what could potentially be in the darkness is what freaks me out. Especially at my old house, which may or may not have had a problem with spirits. But we've told that story before, and I've already sounded crazy to somebody else once today. I don't want to repeat of that performance. How much gil have I actually spent doing this? What does Mayne do with it all? What does a Moogle spend money on, you think? Does he need equipment too? Like all of these monsters that have been popping up lately, you think he has to deal with the same kind of stuff? He has to worry about his equipment layout and everything? You never know. Different strokes for different folks. I've never seen Moogle equipment sold in any shops, but maybe it's just because it wasn't being offered to me. This is for special customers only. High paying. Not sure where he gets all his money, but he's paying quite well. I delved into Marcus from Borderlands there for a second. God, that's a game I'd love to play on stream sometime. Maybe pull a Peanut Butter Gamer, do a hardcore. Borderlands hardcore. First person to die gets kicked out. Or maybe there's some kind of punishment attached to it or something. There you go. Now we're on to something here, but it's too late. Day late and $1 short. You gotta do better than that, man. Oh, it is fun. It's that sort of RPG zen, though. I will say that much. You gotta be willing to spend a whole lot of time doing what seems like nothing just because it's moving a bar forward. Wait, over here? Yes. Speaking of moving bars forward. I think we've spent enough time in here. He might have told us already that there were no chocographs left. If I don't find one either this time or in the next run, we're probably going to go hunting for treasure again here. This is getting a little ridiculous. He might just have not said it at this point. Or I've just skipped over the dialogue that said, there's nothing left to find here, because we've done way too many games without finding one. It just feels like it's time to move things along, like we've spent enough time here. Says the guy who's devoted, what, 3 streams to this nonsense already? But hey, at least I got all of the notifications done. I posted something on YouTube and everything. Look at me being productive and shit. Actually remembering things, talking to my team members, getting input on the channel. It's almost like I'm running a legit business here. Anything interesting from Steam sales? I don't have any recommendations off the top of my head, but Total Biscuit posted a video about that a few days ago. He made some really good recommendations. Not everything that I'm personally interested to, specifically a lot of the strategy stuff that he pointed out, but some of those were really fantastic. Oh, one that he brought up to me, Shadow of Mordor. If you haven't played that yet, the sequel's coming out. This is a perfect time to pick it up. It's so much content, and it's all for like $3.75. Like, that is a steal for how freaking good that game is. Provided your computer can actually run it. That's the other catch to this. Hey! Hold on a minute. Open up Hotmail here. While that's loading, I'll try to keep the show going. Come on, buddy. Phoenix Pinion, and on top of that, open the other inbox, you piece of crap. Pucifer1212. I think that's how you pronounce that correctly. Welcome to the chat, man. Thank you for following, man. And I apologize in advance. I'm gonna do something to deserve it eventually, trust me. Yep, that's the wrong button. Get yourself back in the rhythm, man. You took your fingers off the controller, now it's all foreign to you again. I love how you can hold the run button down while you're advancing that dialogue and it doesn't do anything. Oh, we're so close to 8. Come on, we've got time to work with it. We're already on top of it. Give it to me. Yes! Yeah, we'll end off on some bonus points. Fallout 4 is half off? Yeah, that's another good recommendation, I think. There is that. There is definitely that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a good time to pick up a couple indie games you may or may not have been looking at. Just some things that pretty much everybody knows about right now. Super Meat Boy, Limbo, Undertale. Let's see. Did they ever put Braid on Steam? Undertale. What else is out there? A lot of the stuff made by the Behemoth, even though I know there are some people in my chat, Undertale. That will get mad at me for that. God, do you hear something? Feels like somebody's muttering around here, Undertale. There it is again. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. We actually haven't seen that yet. That's awfully weird, isn't it? Just this shadow in the middle of the world. Well, we can't turn the camera up to look at whatever that is. And we can't climb onto the island to investigate. What could that possibly be, I wonder? Ah, well. There's treasure to find. We can worry about it some other time. Now, where did everything turn to dusk? I'm trying to remember this now. Ah, this is a good start. Poke our nose around here a little bit, specifically into the water. No, but these are all beaches, is the only thing. We need ocean powers in order to do anything about this treasure. A cusp on the edge of a continent. That takes us out of it. Put your threes half off. Also, Assassin, welcome to the chat, man. I'm doing somewhat alright. It's been a busy day. I had a conversation with some of my team, with some of my team members, like details about how the future of the channel would start to unfold. I don't want to say it got heated, but there was definitely some debate going on about what direction things should be taken in. It's, man, I hate confrontation. At a certain point, I was just like, I will do anything. I will acquiesce to anything so long as it makes this conversation stop, because I just don't like anything even resembling confrontation, especially with people I enjoy the company of. Fix my headphones here. There we go. It's so nice when you've actually got the game audio coming in more than one ear, you know? It's off-putting. It's weird. You listen to sounds like that for too long, it screws with your sense of internal balance. I'm serious. Like, listen to sound in one ear for like a minute or so, and tell me you don't feel like you're starting to lean in that direction. Little psychology tricks like that, I love it. I love studying how biology works, how the human mind works. Because eventually, when we get around to being game developers, that'll help me. Not in the fact that I actually want to make people sick, but still, understanding how some of that stuff works could help me create some really powerful experiences. If I do it correctly. Alright, sunset again. This is all beachhead. Where is this? I think we've done a full 180 around the entire continent and still nothing. If we're looking at it from the ocean, like if we give it a little distance on the continent, we should be able to see? Wait a minute. Is that it? Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. Where is this thing? Gimme, gimme. Treasure? You can't hide from me forever. I'm gonna sniff you out with my big blue bird. There you go. 15 Phoenix Pinions, 1 White Robe, 1 Diamond, and a Masamune card. Good stuff. One more graph in the box. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Welp. There's only one place in the world I know that has a small reef like that. It is around this continent. And if it's not around there, I'm looking it up on GameFAQs because holy crap, that is fucking bullshit. Wow. I think we found that one side quest that nobody wants to do in this game. Good luck with that. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. called an emissions check, dude. You might want to look into that. Sorry if you could hear that guy outside my window. And anonymity is a great thing, don't you think? You can say what you want to people without there ever being a chance for repercussions. Like, what are the chances that guy actually watches my streams? And he's gonna listen to this later and be like, what? My entire life is now turned around. I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, this isn't it. This little thing jutting out of the ocean isn't what I'm looking for. So, this is why God invented Google. FAQS. Load up your site. Let's type in the name. Final Fantasy IX. Yay. I'll take the FAQs for the PlayStation version, thank you. And maps and charts. Chocograph locations map. Now, sea chocographs. Ocean. That is number 27 on this list. Mist Ocean. Dive Spot 2. Sea at Dusk. Aha! Found you! Alright, well, to be fair, we weren't too far away. Keep following these islands back here. Eventually we'll hit it. Right? That's what I'm seeing on here? Yeah, it's off to the right of the big one. Which I assume this is, so... yeah, here we go. And give it to me. I don't want to go too far. Let's dig in a few circles. No matter what I do, it seems I'm running the camera in the wrong direction. We are right in the center here of where this should be. That's the correct screenshot, right? Oh my god. This thing is determined to stay hidden. It's like, no! No! You didn't find me! I give up. No. You cheated! I'm not gonna let you dig me up. I'm just gonna move myself around on purpose away from you and have you running in circles forever. It's like when you put in a button combination in Psychonauts. You cheated! And you just laugh and throw your hands up. It's like, you got me, game. I gotta hand it to you. It's a good thing the ocean texture doesn't move, because I can use these little black spots as a reference point of where I've been and haven't been. God, this thing is awfully specific. Like, seriously now. No, this is the wrong direction. So we actually want to head off this way? Somewhere around here? That point, this point, any point at all. What is the one magic pixel of a spot I'm not hitting here? Like, seriously. I earned this, technically. Good lord. This guy. This guy. This fucking guy. Let me tell you about this fucking guy. Okay, this is getting kind of funny now. There we go. That's all I had to do. I had to say it was getting funny. It's like, oh no, I'm not giving you any joy for that. 27 ore, 1 light robe, 1 whale whisker, and an Alexander card. Discarded items over 99. Let's hop on land here and take a look at all these things we've picked up. All the different robes. The whale whisker, if I remember correctly, is actually a spear? Yeah, let's arrange these out. And go down. No, it's a rod. Legendary weapon that holds powerful magic. Oh my goodness, I think this is actually the best rod weapon you can possibly get in the game. Hey, Garbage, take a look at this for a second. That's actually significant more attack than her magic racket. But is it more attack than the tiger racket? No, it's not, but it does teach her Kiraga. That would probably be helpful, but I'm gonna have her learn Berserk and Mini first, because we're gonna do this right. I wonder how long it'd take to go insane if you said "queh" every time the chocobo said "queh." I'm giving you an over-under of about, say, 5 minutes on that. And that's being generous here. Yeah, we definitely still have chocographs to find. I wonder... This is called Forgotten Plains. Well, I've got the map in front of me here. Mountain, Forgotten Plains. That's, Is that the continent I can't get onto yet? That's the only thing. Like, if I can actually interact with the places that I'm going to here. This is the continent that has absolutely no way to walk onto it, right? Yeah? Okay. So what's the other one I have available to me? Dusk Plains, which is over on the exact same continent. So there's nothing we can do about either of these right now. Awesome. So, guess what we get to go do for a while? Yup. Guess the sun not setting at night will do that to you. Oh, don't even get me started on that. I am way farther north than I used to be. So the fact that it can be like 8:30 at night and the sun isn't going down, it screws with my internal clock so badly. I'll be like, it's still gotta be like 5 p.m. I've got time before the stream happens. Oh, God! I've had that happen to me once or twice. That's why I keep a clock on me at all times now. I think I've adjusted. Whoa. That feels weird. Hold on a second. My nose is staging a mutiny. Oh. What the hell was that? It felt like something started trickling down my throat and agitating the hell out of it. It was like somebody tried putting a pipe cleaner into my mouth. Whew. That was an adventure. Speaking of adventures, let's not... Back to the grind. Queh. I'm already tired of doing that. You don't have to worry about it driving you insane. Because I get bored of that just as quickly as you would. I mean, if you want me to, I can, but I'm pretty sure absolutely nobody's gonna say yes to that offer. Yeah, I'm completely out of room for certain items. I've been at this so long, I've run out of place to put the stock treasures he can offer. Literally, the only thing I get out of those now is points that I could potentially trade in for other pieces of equipment. That's amazing, he says. I've been watching way too much Philip DeFranco lately. His son is... I love kids because they're funny without even trying to be. The world is so much more magical to them, it's great. Reminds me to have a little more fun in my day-to-day life, too. Find the amazing in every little thing that happens. Or at least remind myself how great some of life's everyday miracles are, you know? Time's up. One time I didn't notice it was 3 a.m. Yeah, I've been there before. Well, in the sense that I've been engrossed in what I was doing, and it's just like, why do my eyelids feel tired? Oh. And I look at the clock and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna feel good in the morning. Way to make great life choices there, Fnu. I'm proud of you. At least we're Beak level 44. That'll help us, right? Why is it being so anal about this, is my question. Like, why is it taking so long to find another chocograph if there are still more to find, if there's still more to get here? He gives us a notification every time. That's what's throwing me. Maybe it's just one of those things we can only find it in the dark shallows? Or I do have to go back to the forest, one of the two. I'd probably just rather go back to the forest, because it'd be super easy to get 8 items there, despite the fact that they now hide items on the side paths of the mountains. Yeah, we got 99 ore, got 99 potions. We got 99 potions, but an elixir ain't one. Thank you, thank you. That I put a lot of time and energy into that joke. I'm glad you appreciate it, everybody. Glad you're here to watch me do this. Yeah, I'm stumped. It's driving me nuts. It's like at the same time, it's therapeutic and it's nice and we're getting points, but I kind of want to make progress eventually. Like, if he's not gonna work with me on this one, I'm just gonna have to... Maybe there's a glitch? He says as he runs in a circle looking for wherever this goddamn treasure is. Sure, blame the game. I'm sure it's the disc's fault. Not the fact that you can't read clues like everyone else can. Just the passive-aggressive beta test guy overseeing the beta test of his game. It's just sitting there like the player is, he thinks way too highly of himself and his product is the problem. And the consumer is like, I don't know where to find the weapon. It's probably exactly where the text box tells you. Sorry? No, nothing. I didn't say anything. Actually, I'm gonna head out to the forest. See if I can't find anything there. Because we ran into this place. We found, like, what, 2-3 chocographs right off the bat? No problems whatsoever. Yeah, let's go back to the main continent. They'll have rewards for me, I'm sure. Some different music for once. I'm sure you're just as happy as I am. I keep saying this, and I feel the need to keep saying it, but the rewards for this are worth it if you're willing to put in the time. Like, legendary weapons kinda worth it. Things you can't get anywhere else in the game. It just takes a while. It's just part of the grind. It's part of playing this game too, 100%. Oh, my throat started doing it again. Am I too hot? Should I turn on my AC? Is that what's going on here? Moisture in the air? Most of it created by me because I'm sweating so much I'm probably glistening by this point. It's like I don't want to create, on one hand, I don't want to create noise on the mic, but I also don't want to bake in my own skin either. It's up to you guys, really. Do you mind it so much? Yeah, I want to play hot and cold. Why do you think I came here? There's only one reason I want to run up to you. And it's not for the treasures I could buy for a measly 4,000 points, okay? Don't you hold out on me, friend. Look at that, one hit. And we're pecking so quickly, there's no way it's not... actually kind of prefer the lagoon now that I think about it. Because it's smaller, it's easier to find things just because you don't have as much ground to cover. Oh boy. It's actually hiding somewhere around here. I gave up on it a little too early. Climbed both of those hills and I didn't even need to. You'll give them to me eventually. X's gonna give it to you just whenever when the RNG feels like it. They will summon him when it is his time. Yeah, double points. It's happy hour from Chocoland. 3 a.m. somewhere. And the sun the sun's still shining there too. That's probably another one I want to look up sometime. Just this particular song, see if anybody's done a really good version. Not even necessarily metal like I did the last time I asked for a version of a song in this game. Just maybe more traditional instruments. Actually get a mariachi band to play it or something. That'd be a really fun project. I think there aren't enough games that get those kinds of covers. It's like, I appreciate heavy metal music. It's most of what I listen to, but once in a while, you're thinking it'd probably be really cool if somebody played a lot of game songs with a banjo. And as I say that, there is a YouTube channel out there where somebody does mainly banjo covers of video game music. And not just Banjo-Kazooie, believe it or not. He's done some pretty cool stuff relating to all kinds of games. I wish I could remember him off the top of my head, but you could probably find him with a really quick search. Don't ask me to do it, I'm busy providing the gameplay to you guys. I can't walk away from this for too long. Clearly, it's more important that I stand here pecking at the ground for 10 fucking years. Oh my god, just get it. Get it! Last second. Good job, man. GJ! Nice Caesar's Chan. So nice to come back to the greenery. This sort of, it's like a mini version of most RPGs that take you through a familiar area later on in the story, and you realize how overpowered you are compared to all of the challenges it has to offer you. And you feel great because it's like, this is where I was, and now look at where I'm at. All that hard work paid off. All that extra attack power, all that time I put into raising my characters and moving forward. It's good stuff. Say, can you see by the dawn's early light? How about we climb this mountain? This treasure will give us a fright. 200 gil, that'll make up for everything we've spent. I don't know, he has to hide things around the forest for us to dig up. Because there's no way all of this stuff was just here, you know? He has to be putting these down. Like, eventually, my Choco is able to sniff through all of the booby traps, and he's like, wait a second, there's a chocograph here you should probably get, friend. That's what's going on. It's like a claw machine. You spend $20 buying something that you could have gotten from that very convenience store for, like, $1 or $2. I wish I could say that anyway. Stuffed animals aren't as inexpensive as you might think they are. At least the only one your kid, I guarantee you, the only toy your kid will want is the most expensive one in the entire store. Coming from somebody who used to be a kid. You draw a hard line as a parent. You're just like, this is why we can't get this. This is kind of ridiculous. And as a kid, if you're like me, you understand. You learn a valuable lesson about saving up money that day. You could turn that into a learning experience, now that I think about it. Speaking of learning, I've learned today that just because you know you're close to something doesn't mean you can't get it. It's like you give your child a job. Like, why don't you start doing chores around the house? Then you can save up your money and buy it yourself. Or you can buy something else you like. And you give them an allowance every week, and they save up, and they save up, and they save up. And after around the 4th week, they're like, this is a lot of work for one tiny little thing. And there is a whole bunch of other stuff I'm not getting in the meantime that I see every time we go to the store. It's like, now I get it. Now I'm starting to understand. I say that, but being a kid, you have if somebody else is taking care of the roof over your head, the food you've got to eat, so you're like, I have the mental and financial capacity to have this be the only thing I want to focus on. I'm going to work for a long time, and it's going to be extremely satisfying because of it. I guess still you learn about how valuable money is in that case, because you earned it. It's yours. You have a little more ownership over that kind of thing. But enough child psychology. I'm no professor. Do not use me for family raising advice. After all, I'm a guy who has no that almost came out the wrong way. I have a family, just none that I've brought into the world myself. Let's put it that way. But we've had this conversation before. It's not that I can't have children, I just don't want to for a myriad of different genetic reasons. Things I really don't want another human being to have to deal with as they're growing up. You find a chocograph yet? We got 99 ore, friend. We've been at this long enough. You gotta draw a hard line in the sand somewhere. You gotta plant your flag. You gotta make a stand. You gotta be defiant in the face of RNG. In the face of all the people who told you, you need this, you need this, you need to keep going, and you say no. They will cry out for salvation. And I will look down and say, Queh. Watchmen's a good movie. And a good comic, too. I think you should do both. Like, watch the movie and read the comic. They're both completely different experiences that work for completely different reasons. They take advantage of their format. Let's say that at the very least. The comic especially, I think it was the specific way they made the Watchmen was in such a way like, this is something that can only be done in comic books. That's why it stands out so much. The way the panels are laid out, the way they use visual storytelling, and the fact that your eyes, as they travel across the page, kind of tells a story unto itself. That kind of thing. Alright. I think that is absolutely enough Chocobo stuff. I don't want it to be, though, is the thing. There are so many other treasures we could get. So many other things to find. Why is it locking us out of the rest of these? I've been at this, breaking away at what feels like a brick wall for quite some time. There are so many treasures I can find at this point, theoretically anyway, but it looks like it just wants me to continue the story. I guess I'll oblige. You win, game. In the meantime, light robe, white robe, loudmouth, and auto potion. It's the best gear I've got right now. But who else can I give that to? You look like you need some new equipment. You can equip the light robe, but not the white one. And unfortunately, she's already learned all of the abilities on that one. Both of those are really useful, by the way. Half MP. Does that do what I think it does? Cuts MP use by half in battle. I mean, Why wouldn't you take that? Holy crap. Shoot. I can sacrifice auto potion and auto haste for that. It sucks that I won't be able to move as fast as I used to be able to, but damn. Now I can cast all of these spells for half of what they used to cost. I can keep them in battle for much longer. Meteor for only 21 MP per cast? That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna give that to him, of course. Wow, why didn't you have Gaia gear on sooner, John St. John? You're better than that. Speaking of you're better than that, how about we go hunt some frogs? Man, I'm sick of this repetitive minigame. Let's go play another repetitive minigame. It never ends. It never ends. Where were we even going? It's been so long since we've done this story, I completely forget what our destination was. Brick walls are for talking to, not for breaking. You could have fooled me, friend. How, with all that attack power and all the frogs that we've caught so far, is John St. John only doing 58 damage per hit? I know it's a really varied kind of thing with this character, but still. Alright, both Vivi and Sean learned an ability back there. See, I'm making actual progress again. Nobody has to leave. Please stay. Don't run away. I need Twitch to think I'm doing really well so that they'll keep sending more people so that they'll keep giving me more privileges. When did I even get off of that? Distract. That was the ability I'm learning off of the diamond. Right? That makes sense. Because it's such a precious stone. It's like you're distracting the enemies with its brilliant. No, what's happening is you're wearing the diamond ring, and they're like, and the enemy comes in to hit you, and it flashes up in their eyes. They're like, ah, 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 and they swing wide. That's a neat way of doing that. Sean, can I catch frogs? Sure, just for a little while. Thanks. Baby frogs still count towards the total, if I remember correctly. As long as it is a frog of some description. In this case, it's easy to keep track of all the ones I don't want to catch, because the only two adults here. The only two adult. Nope. You let that go. That is an important job ahead of it. Catch you eventually. Yeah. 37. And I just need this little guy up here to do his job, and I'll be at 38. Nice 4 added to the pack. Remember, we want to stay away from 100 as long as possible, or at least until we're level 60 or so. Until some of those Chocobo missions have been paying off. Because, oh boy, that's a fight I ain't ready for yet. We're talking a character that knows pretty much every blue spell in existence, and can and will use the most pain-in-the-ass ones against you. We're talking level 4 death on the whole party. And if it just turns out that everybody's level 60, because you thought that was a great milestone to get to in order to fight this character, you're done. TPK, easy, no problem. Then you grind up one more level thinking you're so clever, and then he just wipes you out with Holy anyway. You're like, I can't win against this guy. To which I respond, that's kind of the point. He's an optional boss, a super boss. Will you get on land sometime this century, buddy? Alright, he has exactly a minute, and then I'm just going to turn out of here. You know, if these numbers on Twitch are anything to be believed, there's a lot of people popping into the chat. None of y'all have said anything, but I'm glad you're here either way. I don't expect you to either, really. Everybody watches in different ways. We've been over this a million times. Sometimes I'll have people run in the background too. You just like listening to them talk. Enjoy it however you like. I'm just glad you enjoy it. Oh, hang on a second. That's our follower notification. Paul OPSSMF. I have no idea what that acronym could possibly be, but thank you for the follow, man. I apologize in advance. I'm gonna do something to warrant the apology eventually, just you wait. I probably won't intend to, that's why I'm apologizing, but I'll still have to apologize when the time comes. Actually, that's our second follower tonight, so let me pump this up a few points. Bam. 265. Again, if anybody knows a way that I can do that automatically, it'll tick up by itself. I found a package online, but it doesn't work. It doesn't update itself. I don't know why. Point me in the right direction. I'd love to make this a lot better. Avoid more delays in the future, you know? Okay. Enough messing around. I think it's time to finally get some plot done. Where were we supposed to go again? Ship's over here. At least I think this is where we left the ship. Yeah? Yeah, there you are. We can't travel by air, we'll travel by land. And of course they throw a battle at us right before we get to it. What's that old phrase? Can't go 2 steps in an RPG without fighting something? Yep. That's a big old yep. I already ate one of you and got your ability. Get out of here. I would have laughed so hard if we've gotten so far that a single attack from Vivi could take down this giant scary dragon. Hey, he can rest easy at least. He died a heroic death. A critical worth 2,700 damage? That's badass. No, that's not a conversation topic we need to go down. I was gonna ask if anybody has any particular way they want to die in the future, but that's a bit morbid for these streams. Happy, happy, fun, fun, fight off the existentialism, ha 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 ha. Alright. What was the piece of gear that gave you level up again? That would be your armlet. We have something better for you. Not really, so I guess we'll just leave that on. You're doing alright for yourself, John St. John. You will live to catch froggies another day. I was gonna say live to fight froggies, and you technically do that too in your own marsh. Big froggies. Froggies that don't like the fact that you've been eating their brethren. I think we were actually headed to the ice continent, if I remember correctly. Which means I've got to put body temp back on everybody, because there are a few things here that can freeze you if you're not careful. Let's talk to the Regent. You want to change your body? No. Don't worry about me. ... Why do we not fish? Lots of yummy fish swim out here. I know, but... No, I don't know where I'm going. That's why I'm talking to people. Maybe somebody else knows what we need to be up to right now? Freya... Ashima... Anybody? Traveling by ship is uncomfortable, but it cannot be helped. Must find him by any means necessary. Right, we're after Kuja, but where's Kuja? Going back to my home on the outer continent, right? Yes! As a matter of fact, we are... Oh, yeah! I remember now. We're going to the Black Mage Village. Thanks, Eshima. I knew you were one of my favorites for a reason. Now, unfortunately, we're going to set the party back to the way it was. With Vivi, Garbage, and John St. John. I feel like we should have at least one heavy on the team. John St. John's great, and because we can't do any of the side... Well, no, we're not going off to do side things, so we can actually swap it out for Dork. Although we will be up against some higher level enemies, maybe we don't have the room to level him up. What kind of equipment you got right now, buddy? Still learning abilities on everything? Everything except the gloves, apparently. Yeah, he's locked down. He's got a long road ahead of him if he wants to catch up to us. Spent a little too much time in that jail cell, unfortunately. Prison food will do that kind of thing to you. Atrophies the muscles. You gotta get around. You gotta walk around. You gotta go for a light jog every day. Probably another reason why I'm so sweaty right now. Did I mention before that I've been working out lately? Trying to keep myself in shape. You may be looking at me and going, Fnu, you don't need to work out. Yeah, it doesn't mean I shouldn't. Push yourself a little harder. It'll pay off in the long run. The Outer Continent. Which one was that again? I've got a handy map here that can help me with this. Yeah, it's that one on the... Yeah. Up there in the top right corner of the map. Almost said left, but that's the ice. That's the frigid place. Keep all your ice cubes up there. No, we want to go back to where the summoners happen. Specifically where the mages happen. They happen to fall after they fall off of a ship or something. Because now they're fighting for Kuja, and we've got a couple questions about that. Why bother working for the guy that... It's an interesting relationship, isn't it? Because Kuja brought them into this world. He's willing to give them a job and a purpose and a place in the world. You know, even though they already found a place in the world, which is probably the sense we're going to go back to beat into the... Not beat into them. We're not going to fight anybody there. Goodness, no. Then again, my memory is a little rusty in this game, so who knows? I'm not a mind reader. I can't tell what my party's up to. And this isn't one of those RPGs, so it's not like I get a dialogue tree in the matter or anything. And even if I did, it would probably offer me nothing but false choices anyway. I was joking about... Nah, I'm not gonna go down that train of thought. No sense beating up on a game you enjoy anyway, right? I don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining at all. I was gonna say, do you remember... I like the kinds of games... I have a soft spot for this because it hit me really early on. It hit me at that point in my life where I was ready to be impressed by a game. This was right around the time I was discovering games like Final Fantasy, when I was discovering Xenosaga. Or, Xenosaga? The PS2 one. Yes, Cosmos. Whatever that one was called. There's a couple different... No, Xenogears was on the PS1. That was the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, Xenosaga. The one that was planned to have 13 games, but only ended up having... It came up about 10 short of that goal. Ridiculously ambitious. I'm never gonna get tired of these drums. All you need is that just one good hook in a song, I find. When will I learn? When will I learn? You're going back to a marsh, specifically for this purpose. And I just said we're not going to need this character anymore. You know what? Screw it. If they're not just going to give it to me, I'm just going to move on. John St. John can wait to catch all his frogs. I've got plot to go on, so there, game. We just spiked up to 8 viewers, it looks like. Wow. That's a pretty good night so far. I don't know where y'all are coming from, but thank you for being here. Maybe posting videos on the YouTube channel is actually working. Maybe a lot of new people came in from 8-beat, I don't know. It's hard to read analytics for that kind of thing. This is why so many people... This is why consumer reports are really important in other companies. You always see those questionnaires. It's like, how was your experience here today? We'll offer you a contest. Yeah, we'll give you this little bauble, this thing, if you tell us all of these intricate, tiny little, seemingly inconsequential details about your visit here today. And it may not mean much to you, but for them it's incredibly important because it's like, now I understand what I'm doing right, and I can reach more people this way. Yes, taste the power. Feel the money coming in. You want some ore? Hey, I've got 99 of it. I'm more than happy to give it to you, friend. Sean gonna give it to you. X has his hands full right now. That's one. And... I want more. Of course you do. And more you shall get. Catch.
All right. Tell Yeti I said hello. Thanks.
Yeti, where's Yeti again? Oh, we should have encountered this character a long-ass time ago is the thing. Oh, wow, that's 20 ability points. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some equipment swapping around here. Let's see here. Oh, that's actually the most powerful thing we've got for you right now. That's also the most powerful thing we've got for you right now. All right. It's not entirely a bad thing to be completely maxed out here. Again, any progress is good progress, even if you're not learning new skills. Reflect ring looks good. In fact, it's the only thing you can learn a new ability off of right now. Sean's on point. He's on top of things. All right, time to start moving you up the incredibly ridiculous list of great weapons you've got at your disposal right now. The Whale Whisker and the Tiger Racket, which, need I remind you, will give her more attack power than the guy who is currently holding on to the Angel Bless. In fact, yeah, she would outpower even Dork if she was holding on to that. But holy crap, does she have a long way to go to learn Kiraga, so that might not be for a while. Contraband. Magic Armlet. PC Magician. Yeah, you can learn a new summon. Atomos! Can't believe you haven't learned them all already. Wait. One more. No, 2 more. I almost forgot about poor Vivi. Oh, I guess Dork, too. I like this character. Why am I shitting on him so much? I've said many times he's my favorite individual in this entire game for a myriad of reasons. Just this bombastic personality. Larger than life, fights for what he believes in. You gotta love a character like that. Doesn't give up no matter what life throws his way. Not to mention he's hella strong if you build him up correctly. We are unfortunately way too slow to get his ultimate weapon in this game, but still. I don't think it's... Because of that time limit on getting the Excalibur 2, I don't think a perfect run of this game is actually possible. Where you get every single thing. Like, technically 100% is complete... Oh. Too quiet? Sup, hit. Welcome to the chat, man. How you doing tonight? I see you just got back from Maximilian's stream here. Are there audio issues? Let me turn my mic just a teensy bit. I don't want to get too crazy with the gain here because then it gets ridiculous, but... yeah. Or is the game too quiet? Is that what you meant? Oh, wait a second. You're referring to the chat being quiet. Oops. Never mind. Audio levels are fine. Let's quickly put that back where it was. That's me being mindful of stream quality again. It's just like, oh, God, there's a problem? If there's even a hint of a problem, I immediately jump on it. It's like, no, I can fix this. Looks like nobody's here. Where'd they go? You still not done with this? No. Not even close. We're still on the 3rd disc. We've still got a 4th one we need to hop into, not to mention all the Chocobo treasures we haven't found yet. Where'd everybody go? The shop is empty, the inn is empty. The head is empty? No, wait, that's been that way for a while now. Except, this is still locked. Interesting. I guess because they wanted to protect the egg while they were gone. That's kind of cool. That's a neat little environmental detail. Yes, this was back in the day where if a game was big enough, you had to separate it by disc. You actually had to... there was way too much data to hold on just one. God, it was... plus you had to deal with all those load times. It was an interesting time for video games, especially people who love JRPGs. I remember now. I remember the game that I wanted to do after this one. But we'll... you know, while I've got everybody here, I want to throw this out there. The game I wanted to play after we were done with Final Fantasy IX is also a Square Enix title, and it's another RPG I have never seen the end to that I always wanted to get around to. That is Chrono Cross. Would you guys be up for that? It's a game that I have a ton of love for. I understand some people hit too. He's explained to me that the one big issue with that game is that it kind of flies in the face of people who really liked Chrono Trigger because it completely throws that canon out. And it's like, no, let's just tell our own story here. And I understand that, but I still like it. It's a great game. Where is everyone? They went away with Kuja. 2 other guys stay behind. Probably at the Chocobo Shack.
Why? Why did they go with him?
They learned about our lifespan. We can live only for a given amount of time. Kuja said he knew how to extend our lifespans, so everyone followed him.
He's lying! I bet he's lying! Look at what he's done to us. He's been using us, treating us like puppets.
Maybe we are just puppets, created to serve humans.
Come on, that's nonsense. Where did they go?
I can't tell you that. I can't betray them.
Then why didn't you go with them? You said the 2 other guys are in the Chocobo Shack, right?
Vivi! No words, huh? Yeah, that's the second character who's been like that lately. Fine. Y'all can just give me the cold shoulder and I'll do all the talking myself from here on out. I'm perfectly fine being a one-man band if y'all don't feel like contributing to this conversation. This isn't directed at chat, by the way, just in case.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Vivi.
Please, open the door.
Huh? It's Born!
Huh? Oh. Wait.
Look at this. Finally. Finally. Hooray! Hooray! Yay! I still can't believe it. Yeah.
I don't understand. Why are you here?
We're here to look after the chocobo. At first, we were gonna go with everyone, but someone had to stay behind and look after the chocobo egg, so we stayed. We kept the egg nice and warm by putting a lot of hay over it. I can't wait to show him to everyone. They're gonna be so happy. We have to come up with a name. Hey, what's happening to me? I feel strange. Me too. Oh no. No way. I forgot about this.
You stayed behind because you were worried about the chocobo egg.
I don't know. I wanted to follow Kuja because I was so scared of dying. But I couldn't. I felt like I was leaving something important behind.
I want to ask you something.
What is it?
Am I gonna stop pretty soon too?
I don't know. Kuja said the prototype built before us was last longer.
But I am gonna stop eventually. I was really confused when my grandpa died. He told me, Vivi, no need be sad. So I told myself, I can't be sad. That's why I felt confused again when I heard that everyone was stopping around here. I didn't know what to do or what to feel. When I saw Garbage crying when her mom died, I wasn't confused anymore. I was sad. If I were just a puppet, I never would have felt that way. Mr. 288, we aren't puppets. I know we aren't. I hate him. I hate Kuja. He's turning everyone into puppets just to kill people. If it weren't for him, I know everyone would understand someday. It's not fair.
Vivi. Kuja's secret palace is on the eastern side of this continent. It's buried under quicksand. You'll need a ship to get there.
Thanks.
I hope we can become strong like you someday.
Vivi has so much on his mind. Unlike me, he's fighting so hard. I thought I would change after I met Sean. Once I exceeded the throne, I knew I had to change. But nothing has changed. I'm so helpless. Wow. Garbage, were you listening too? That crybaby sure has come a long way, don't you think? Garbage? You alright? Don't worry too much. If he has his own way of dealing with things, and you have yours. Come on, cheer up. We'll beat Kuja, and you'll get your voice back in no time. Sean?
Something wrong? Just the usual stuff, I see. Okay, let's get going.
Mr. 288 said Kuja's palace is buried under quicksand, right?
Yeah, we're taking the ship to the eastern side of the continent to get there. I've gotta know. I remember this. He's so cute. Look at him. Oh, thank goodness they're still around. Whew, they haven't stopped yet. Or maybe I just wasn't supposed to look back in on them after all of that. Oh well. No, because that's unique dialogue. That's after they hatched. He wasn't hatched last time we were here. Also, welcome to the chat, Snoogans9192. Or just Snoogans for the sake of brevity. How you doing tonight? Thanks for coming, man. Hold on a second. Wait a second, TJ. You talking about the characters in the game, or is this actually a thing that's happening in real life? Is that actor... Is that actor in trouble, or... Like, give me the story here. Like, what's happening behind this? Clue me in, man. You can't just drop something like that and expect everybody to know what's going on. In the meantime, I got a battle to fight. There's always another fight. That's just how RPGs go. And looks like he doesn't have a whole lot of time. Bah! Had to get one hit in, apparently. Let's see. Eastern side of the continent. Right, we need a ship to get there. I mean, we could take a ship, or we could take a chocobo. You know, that thing we've put so much time and energy into raising and building up that bird so that it can take us anywhere. But no, we'll do it the right way. We'll take the ship. Fine, it's fine. We could just run over the mountains. We could just swim across the sea. I wanna live with you forever until the sun comes down on me. Buried in quicksand, they said. This is the interesting part about this. Like, how are we going to approach this place? Buried in quicksand. Like, we've got to sink down into this place? It's underground? And if so, is there a cavern we can take there? Or is there another way to approach it? I think if you actually do have a strong enough chocobo to take the back entrance into this place, it doesn't punish you for it so much as it's like, oh, you're a little too clever. Unfortunately, we've got a bit of a story we wanted to tell, so can you kind of not do that, please? It just locks you out of taking the back door. Ugh. They are buried, why not leave them till they suffocate? Well, if that's the problem we gotta deal with, there are black mages down there we gotta save. Now our quest is even more dire. So why not take the most direct route there, right? You know, I know you're just downstairs, and I would make fun of the fact that we're in the same house and we should probably be talking to each other. However, I know one, you have a reason you don't want to come upstairs, and two, it's not like you just want to... I shouldn't assume things about whether or not you actually want to hop into stream just whenever. Whoa, hang on a second. What just happened there? Confusion is not a fun status effect in this game, especially when it's affecting your heaviest hitter. Oh, thank good he attacked the right guy. I am gonna smack you out of that, though. Oh, I didn't need to after all. No, he's still confused. Apparently that doesn't count as a physical attack. Whoa! He's the mage! How did he deal that much damage to him? What is this weapon we've got right now? You're not supposed to hit for that much. Jesus, dude. Kid's got a hell of an arm on him. Right, so let's heal that away, shall we? Good lord. Everybody else is doing alright. If that's what we gotta deal with around here, I should probably give everybody the anti-confusion ability. Yeah. Does it confuse lower defense? I don't know. Clear-headed. Don't really need Bandit right now. I don't think we'll be fighting a whole lot of bosses anytime soon, so... she's also got it. Don't think anybody's got silence nearby. 5 points, so I only need to get rid of 2 for this kid. And there's no way in hell I'm getting rid of ability up when I'm learning both half MP and Meteor at the moment. And last but not least, the other guy who has a whole bunch of attack power to work with. Boink. Good to go. Just taking another look around to make sure I've got this all figured out. Nope, that's not a battle. That's an enemy. Right, I forgot about this. This is a game of lucky hit, basically. Which one of these leads to the hidden lair of the bad guy? Can you get it right, or are you gonna fight a boss from earlier in the adventure again? For a second, I got really excited because I thought I was gonna be able to hit this guy with a meteor sword. Wait, what? Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, this is a big old bad version of this boss, isn't it? He didn't have that ability before. It's free experience, though. Ooh. That's why you make the big bucks, Vivi. Holy crap, look at that damage. Right, and that's why you don't take Bright Eyes off of your physical attackers, because you never know. You just never know when it'll come in handy. Yeah, so we're gonna pump everybody full of eye drops here. You need a few feathers applied to your face. And you are on healing duty. As usual. Now everybody's out of MP. It's okay. I've been stockpiling these the whole game. It's fine. It's fine. Nope. It's another one. Me and my big mouth. I didn't learn. You never fricking learn, do you, Fnu? How about... How about you just focus on stealing, and you can do the meteor aspect of this. And just in case it's not enough, we'll follow our pattern before of hitting him with a bio sword. Oop. Alright. There's actually a really high chance that skill won't work. I forgot about that. Hey, Stormy, welcome to the chat, man. How you doing tonight? I was about to say, it's kind of awesome that this guy hasn't used Sandstorm yet. Never tempt fate, I tell ya. So you got your sub emote approved? Yeah. I'm not saying that's a good thing, though. It came out a little, shall we say, less than optimal. Yeah, that's, I will be fixing that very shortly after this stream is over. Oh, boy. I don't know why it used this, because the other two ones, the medium one and the big one, look great. The worst part is I deleted the original version of that because it looked a lot, very pixelated, and it came out even worse. It's all lopsided, you can't really tell where the borders are, the pepperoni on the slices are all, they're too small to even notice. Or maybe I'm just being overly critical. Oh, Vivi, sweetheart, I need you to work with me here, honey. A little small, but good. I mean, I didn't fill the full 28 by 28 picture, but... Command failed, garbage can't concentrate. Of course you can't. You'll never be able to concentrate during this part of the game, you freaking... Ugh. That time it hit. Thank goodness. That's that for that battle. Went with the idea of Sora? Ah. How'd you include all the different forms in one emote, though? I'm really curious. Oh, hell, you're an affiliate now. You can just drop the emote and show me. I'm a visual learner. You'll have to... You do have to explain this kind of thing to me. What's my favorite type of pizza? It's not pineapple, I'll say that much. I gave it a spin the other night. It's not my thing. The sweet... the fruity kind of sweet specifically just doesn't seem to work for me. I'm usually a fan of meat. Anything with meat, really, but my absolute favorite is one you can actually get from Pizza Hut. It is buffalo sauce, chicken, and then you get the salted pretzel crust. It is fantastic. A little greasy, but fantastic. My emote's yet to be approved? I got mine in last night. Like, as soon as everybody told me that this was a thing I could do, I was like, I may as well throw this out there for people to take a look at. Let's have a go at it, that whole bit. These things are mildly dangerous, so I'm gonna save before I go in this next battle, just to be sure. In case I want to hop back out of the mansion and realize I'm not ready for it yet. Call me again anytime, Cabell. No, that was the right one. Go figure. Why on earth did you find me in the last can? Oh no, I was in the first can. You just started at the wrong end. I knew you'd come. Everything is going according to plan. I love doing that character's voice. Sean! Wake up! Ugh. Sid, where the heck are we? Good question. I wish I knew. After I fell into the quicksand, everything went dark. That's all I can remember. Me too. When I woke up, I was in this room. Oh yeah, where is everyone? I don't know. I hope they're all right. So, you're finally awake. That voice, it's Kuja. I'm so happy to see you again. You rat bastard, where are my friends? My, aren't we feisty today? No need to worry about them. They're in rooms, not unlike yours. Oh, yes, by the way, I should probably enlighten you as to your current situation. Ah! I'm sure that even your feeble mind can grasp what would happen if you were to take that plunge. Kuja, you're dead! Oh dear, was it something I said? Either way, now that you're aware of your predicament, I'd like you to do a tiny little favor for me. I'll let your friends live if you say yes. Damn it. I have no choice. I mean, it's a JRPG. I really have no choice here. Damn it.
Very good. You've chosen wisely. First, step outside. They actually make just straight up Oreos with peanut butter filling inside them, TJ. Those are really good, especially if you dunk them in milk. Ugh. Hey, Sid, I need you to look after the others. Fine, Rebecca. I won't let you down. And you come back safe. Yeah, I will. See ya. Can't bust down these doors. Yeah, it's not like I have a weapon that can cleave through giant monsters in one swing. It's fine, game, it's fine. Not these guys again. Stand between the two black mages. Teleport, go! Teleport, Mario. How many people have made fun of that phrase? Welcome to my humble abode. Just cut to the chase and tell me what the hell you want. My, we're upset, aren't we? Well, this is your errand. I want you to go somewhere and bring something back for me. So, tell me what it is already, you demon. I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Surely you haven't forgotten that I hold your friends' lives in my hands. Surely you haven't forgotten I'm armed and I could decapitate your ass right here and now. I'm going to send you to a place called Oilvert. Where's that? Oilvert is south of the Seaways Canyon on the Forgotten Continent. It really isn't my kind of place. What do you mean by that? You see, there's an anti-magic barrier around the place. And I want to send you because, well, you're too stupid to use magic. Once there, I want you to retrieve the Gulag Stone for me. What do you say? Isn't it a simple task? I'll even send you on my luxury cruise ship, so you will not have to worry about transportation. Perhaps it's too much for you. I better send you with 3 of your friends just to be safe. Besides, nobody likes to fight against himself. What? Never mind. Speak their names when you've chosen your partners. Anti-magic barrier. Well, alright then. Who are we gonna take with us, I wonder? Gee, what a choice, right? See, I say that, however, yes, I am going to stream Monster Hunter World. I'm gonna stream it with viewers. That's one of the big ideas I've got going on, is a lot of people in the Discord are gonna be joining me up for those streams in early 2018. So let's see who we got here. Dork, Freya, Garbage, Vivi, John St. John. Magic is really core to 3 characters here. Core to Vivi, Garbage, and Eshima. John St. John is iffy on that. It jumps up and down based on the situation or how the game feels like handling this character's attack at the moment. The characters we'd want to run with optimally here would be Dork, Freya, and Knuckles. But I'm going to hop a little ahead here in the logic. There's actually an adventure that these 4 characters will go on their own while you're out doing that. You don't want to leave them completely without any physical attack, otherwise you're just going to be completely miserable by yourself. I'll be your right-hand hunter. Looking forward to it, man. Definitely looking forward to playing that together with everybody. Hell, I created an entire voice chat in the Discord specifically for this thing. So, long story short, we've got to decide who we want to take with us, who is the most useful without having to use magic. And in this case, it's John St. John. So, the other 2 characters So, we have to take 2 of these guys now. Who do we want to leave with them? Who do we want to leave? So, it's tempting.
Do I want to leave Freya behind and make it almost an all-girls party? Do I want to leave Dork behind because he's an absolute beast if you level him up properly? Or do I want to leave Knuckles behind so that he can flex his muscles? Unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle. Vivi hits like a tank, and he has the scars to prove it. That none of the monsters here are confused, unfortunately. So... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If I had to leave it to just one tank, it would probably be Freya. So yeah, let's go on a journey with these guys. I think that's a good team to leave behind. Vivi, Garbage, Eshima, and one slightly heavier hitter. Just slightly. Yeah. I want Dork, John St. John, and Knuckles. Fine. I shall summon them. It's a ladies' night, and the feeling's right. It's a ladies' night. Oh, what a night. John St. John. Dork. Knuckle and Knuckles. Would you believe that I went through this game multiple times as a kid just so I could see what the different animations were for all the characters, as you called them? Not an entire playthrough. I'd reload save files for this reason, but... Proceed to the center of the platform. What a crew we got here together, huh? 2 sword wielders, a knuckle duster, and somebody who stabs everything with a fork. At least this character is somewhat useful without the... Spare me the emotional reunion scene, please. Now, go stand with your friends. All your friends! And Knuckles. Pretty much. You better keep your promise, Kuja. Of course. You needn't worry one bit. What a bunch of idiots. Knew it. Knew it. Don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him. And Sean's got little baby arms, so he can't throw him very far to begin with. So yeah, not very far. Oh, come on. You put random encounters between here and the ship. You son of a bitch. Now you're just being a complete asshole. I should probably be quiet. We're getting up to the point where people in this house start going to bed. So hey guys, you Alright, Dork is way weaker without Vivi by his side. I forgot about that. If I was gonna leave behind a tank, I should have left behind him because those two work together. Ah! God, I'm silly sometimes. What do you think, guys? Is it worth starting over just for that? Make things a little easier on me later, or do we just power through it? This is some easy levels for the quote-unquote weaker members of the party here. It's kind of interesting, this situation they put you in. He just straight up tells you your magical party members are not going to be useful here, so you may as well just take all of your heavy hitters with you, which leads to 2 completely different styles of play. I'd reload. Any other votes on that one? I'll re-equip everybody here with things they might need while this decision gets made. Because I don't think Knuckles has had an update in quite some time. Which he doesn't need one anyway. He's still got some pretty basic equipment here. And now it's raining outside, and you guys are gonna hear that. Oh, it's one of those nights. I should have stayed chocobo treasure hunting. That's what I should have been doing right now. If I had the treasure from chocographs, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. But no, I had to feel like I was making progress. You were, you dummy. It's like a back and forth. It's like a mental... It's like I've got schizophrenia. It really is. I know that's not how actual schizophrenia works, but that's just how most people perceive it. And it's just hopping back and forth between the different personalities. It's like, I hate you, and yet I love you. And I hate you, and yet I love you. It's okay, Hit. Sometimes it's just slow around here. People have this running in the background. Maybe they're not even looking at this thing anymore. Must be the Hildegard 1. We'll be taking his personal ship to this place. Oh, while we're there, speaking of chocographs, as long as we're on the Forgotten Continent, we may as well take advantage of the fact that we can climb mountains now. And as a matter of fact, there's something really special I can get there with a chocobo that can climb mountains and a few dead peppers. I can get a really good weapon while I'm there. In fact, one of the best weapons in the game. Screw it, harder mode. Yeah, pretty much. I'm too far into this. I'm committed. I fought my way all the way to the landing pad. At this point, we're good to go here. I was told not to go any farther. Just following orders. Taking order. Farewell. There's the obligatory Team 4-star joke. Oh. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You see that thing in the mountain there? That's the entrance. That's why you can't come in from the back door, because it's a teleporter, even if you know that's there. The chat's silence has condemned you. Yeah, no, it's kind of like US politics. You don't vote, that's kind of you're voting to let other people make decisions for you. No answer is kind of an answer in this situation. Hey, can we really trust Kuja? Hey, can we really trust Kuja? Hey, say something! They will not answer to you. Respond to our orders only, they do. Why, you backstabbing bozos! Those are slanderous words. Worse lies I have never heard. You needed to concern yourself with such things. Or an end to your friends' lives we shall bring. Damn it! Yeah, laugh it up, chuckleheads. I know what your ultimate fate is. The black mages were originally designed just to oppress, but a strong sense of self the black waltzes came to possess. Always obey us, these mages do, because a strong ego they have not. These mass-produced ones are to break once we're through with their lot. Other purpose than war they have not. They have grown attached to life, yet they'll soon disappear. Hilarious! Nothing but toys are they here. I don't think you guys are any different. What? Rubbish! You say that the black mages have no souls, but you guys are pawns just like them. Am I right, or what? You won't be talking so big once we're done with you. Oh, are you challenging me to a fight? You know, I'm kinda good at that. I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but you wanna hop into combat with me? Well, let's just take it easy until we arrive. I've got the charismatic upper hand on your asses right now. I'll settle for that. Drive safe, alright? Come on, Challenge me to turn-based combat. Let's go. I got this. Hit, you know what I'm talking about when I'm... You and I are probably thinking of the same thing right now. Metal Saga? That one NPC? Yeah. Fnu dies in one round. Oh no. Like, you remember the last fight we were in with these guys, right? They were kind of a joke, and not just in the sense that... Not in the Ultros sense, in the sense that we were way overpowered for that battle. Later on, they don't fare much better. Oop. Almost let something slip there. God has given many gifts to the earth. That is one of them, TJ. It's also the product of systemic oppression on the part of the United States and trying to modernize a country that didn't really want it, but we'll just leave that to the historians, shall we? Alright, where are some Chocobo tracks? Oh, this is the reason I brought Cuna. I remember this now. Hey guys, guess what I want to do now that we're here? We could use the extra attack power, what can I say? Don't forget the abilities on the lesser used characters. Ooh, you're right. I don't think I actually set their skills, now that I think about it. I set their equipment, but not their skills. It's 7 unused points. Ooh, yeah. Wait a second, why is that? 7, that's quite a lot. How did I let it get that high? Or did I unequip something that was supposed to be there, I wonder? We got a mystery to solve, gang. It's not a very good mystery, but hey, it's one. About the only kind I can solve. I don't know how many times I've tried in mystery novels, things like... Even the child books. Like, that I used to read out of the school library. I've never had a mind for analytical types of things. I've just never been the kind to, like, notice logical inconsistencies in things and be like, that's kind of weird, this guy's probably guilty. What would I want to give John St. John out of all this? Millionaire is good, level up is good, high tide is good, it's all good. You're not learning a lot of abilities right now. Auto potion. MP's not gonna help us. Even watching mystery movies. Do you want to know where the gun is? No, I don't. It's weird because I'm usually really good at reading stories, but mystery novels and mystery tales I have always been hopeless on. I don't know what it is, I just don't have the mind for it. Which is interesting considering what I'm doing right now in Pathfinder, but that's a story for another time. Yeah, well, I think I'll leave this for a level or two longer, because then I can take something a little better like counter or auto haste. Yeah, leave that as is. Knuckles, on the other hand, you've got a little more leeway. I mean, you are our dedicated enemy killer, so devils, men, undead. I don't know how many of them we're going to encounter in this place, but hey. Boink, boink. So, John St. John, how do you feel about frogs? Like, don't hold back, just tell me. Open yourself up, we're all here for you. Do you like running after them? Do you like catching them? Does it fit? Uh-oh. Oh, that was scary for a second. It said I was dropping frames for a moment. But no, we're still live. That was odd. What was that? Had a sudden spike in our connection or something, maybe. I got worried because my Twitch dashboard told me that I was offline for a second. Everybody's still here. Oh my god, it's just a giant circle. Look at all of these banks to work with. Oh. You want to hear a kind of TJ, but nothing too crazy. Like, if you have any doubt in your mind about whether or not people would freak out about it, just use your better judgment on this one. Hey, we got the magic number. I could just leave with this number of frogs right now and be good to go. And we'll keep that. Got 3 left. That's a female. This one is a male, which means I can catch the one in the center here, no problem. And yeah, that's it for this place. That was surprisingly easy. I think I'm gonna come back to this place more often. That's good stuff. I'm gonna regret this. I don't know, TJ, how? Please enlighten me. Oh my god. I love how the music even sticks around, like Kuja's theme is still there in the overworld map. Because technically you're not exploring on your own terms at the moment. You're kind of working under his wing. But not for long. I've got some better music to replace this dreary nonsense. Yay! Our friends are in death traps! Whoopee! I'm having fun. Screw you guys. Okay, so... You know, they don't even give you a direction here. I know roughly where I'm supposed to go, but at the same time, I'm also treasure hunting here. Let's open the Chocograph menu, shall we? I think... Dusk Plains and the Forgotten Plains. Yeah. We'll do these one at a time here. In fact, this should actually point us in the right direction. It's a good thing I have so many of these dead peppers to work with. Because they're all going to help me with this specific treasure I'm looking for. And it's not even a treasure chest that's hidden by one of these graphs. It's another one of those dig spots. You just use a pepper and bust a hole in the side of a cliff face, and you find something inside. And this particular something, if this is what I was looking for, found a treasure in the hole. 19 eye drops, 1 Medane's ring, a Genji helmet, and a Hildegard 1 card. Not quite what I was looking for, but still all good stuff. I'll never say no to new equipment, especially for the characters that have learned a bunch of abilities already, aka Sean. I love how I said that with a little bit of a tone in my voice. Like, how dare you be so efficient with learning abilities? How dare you be a good character? You have all the experience? This is bullshit. It's not like you've been in the party all the time or anything. This looks like what I'm looking for here. Doesn't it? No, as a matter of fact, it's not. What, the mountain coming in from the left and the forest right there? That looked almost exactly the... No. Oh, the landmass is wrong, I see. Well, alright then. I guess I can't argue with visuals. They haven't led me astray yet. Dusk to darkness. One thing leads to another here. Nope, that's the wrong direction. We'd have to fight through this entire we'd have to fight through this entire continent if I hadn't put so much time into this side thing. Look who's laughing now, game. I can just skip past all the battles, even though I probably shouldn't. Because experience is very important around this point in the game. Does the Genji helmet make you constantly need healing? No. Unfortunately, it doesn't teach you how to speak. Oh, this place. Oh. Notice I'm not moving my character backwards there. Yeah, this is something... That's something we can't do anything about quite yet. But we will eventually. That's way later in the story. It's so cool being able to walk around the entire world and talk about all of these things that don't happen yet. Well, let me actually show off the Genji helmet. Let's see. Should be in my inventory here, right? Oh, wait a second. No, that's equipment for Dork. Yeah, look at that. HP plus 20%. That's the ability he gets off of that. Not bad stats either. Unfortunately, he still has to learn MP attack from the crosshelm first. Gotta do it all in order. Be meticulous about this. This is probably why they don't give you the chance at the best version of the Chocobo that early in the game, why they lock away some of the Chocographs. Because then it would completely wreck the storyline of this situation. You could get off the continent anytime you liked. Even these cliffs would be no obstacle to you. You could just pop back into Kuja's domain and be like, what up, bro? How y'all doing here? Rough crowd, rough crowd. I could have sworn there was another dig spot on this continent. Other than the one that I'm poking around right now. Right, it's a mountain treasure. So if I had to guess, it would probably be in the mountains somewhere. Just an educated guess there. 12 Phoenix Downs, 14 ore, Kaiser Knuckles, those will be useful in a second, and an Iron Man card. What did I have over 99 of? Do I have so much Peridot I can't even use it anymore? Alright, one more treasure. And keep your eyes on the cliff faces here. If you see any more cracks, let me know. Even though there's like a 30-second delay and I probably won't be able to react to it. You know, on second thought, don't tell me about the cracks. Point me in the direction of your secrets. I mean, I do have the GameFAQs map right in front of me here. I could just pop it open and be like, and just find it, but half of the fun is actually locating the thing. Feeling like you did something right, you know? Actually took advantage of the... I'm amazed someone knows not to bring magic users to Oilefert. I mean, he straight up says there's an anti-magic field around it. And that and the fact that I played this game when I was a kid, so my memory kicks in every now and then. Not when it's too convenient, but every once in a while it helps me out. It's like, alright, I'll throw you a bit of a bone here. Also, welcome to the chat, Freed. How you doing tonight? Thanks for coming, man. Yeah, I'm probably on the exact opposite end of where I need to be right now. If I want this other treasure. It's probably hidden somewhere up here, too. One on one end, one on the other? Yeah, that makes sense. Spread them out a little bit? No, that's not a thing. It's not obvious enough. I'm just reaching at straws right there. That crack was way too tiny to be something. We'll find you eventually, though. This music is way too happy for the life-threatening situation our friends are in right now. I mean, I know that's exactly what I was making fun of earlier, but still. It's just kind of stunning. Ah, more cliffs to explore up here. Good sir, mayhaps you can show me in the direction of some treasure? Hey, welcome to the chat, Quez. Thanks for coming here tonight. Ether, Opal, and a Demon's Mail. Every playthrough I see of this game, others bring mostly magic users. I mean, if you've never played this game before, most people think, well, because this was back in that era where people are like, okay, I've got this. I can still bring a healer. It's no problem. That anti-magic feel, that doesn't mean anything. Oh, wait. Oh, this is actually a really bad situation. Whoops. And most people aren't like me either. They don't have a magic user that hits like a truck because they were really good on their chocobo treasure hunting. Speaking of which, okay. One last ring around the rosy here. If this mountain doesn't have any secrets for me, I'll look it up online. Speaking of things you might have forgotten about. Hey, yep. That's a definite yep. It's good news, by the way, Quez. Glad you're moving forward in life. It's always nice to be able to... Let's see here. Oh, they are near each other. So, hold on a sec. Mountain Crack 1. I know where one of them is, so I'll go to that first, and I'll use that as a reference for the rest of this map here. Also, let me keep an eye on what's happening in chat. The end boss is a giant pain? Huh. I don't remember much about him. It'll probably come back to me as we go. But thanks for the forewarning. I'll try to grind everybody up a little bit. Well... grind is an ugly word. I will do my level-headed best to make sure everybody has a good amount of power to work with. Okay, so we're up here. If we compare that to the map I've got, it means to find the other one, I'd be going in roughly this direction. The exact shape of this mountain I'm looking for is a C with a... That is a new follower notification. Freed2121. Thank you for following, man. And I apologize in advance. I'm gonna have to do something worth apologizing for eventually. A C, a big ol' C, somewhere in this corner of the world, is the mountain crack we're looking for. A C. What do I see? What is this place right here? Oh, the instant I step off the chocobo, they were just freaking waiting for it. The enemies are following me that whole time. They're like, come on, the instant he gets off that bird. The instant he gets off that bird. Well, now I'm just having flashbacks to Final Fantasy VII, good lord. That brings back memories, holy crap. The Armstrongs, yeah. Cannon. Oh, come on. Ah, I missed. Kinda hard to aim that thing when you've got to coordinate between like 7 different people, but still. Poor guy. So little damage. I'll bring you up to better equipment in a sec, friend, I swear. This is the one downside to not having a healer on the team. You just gotta run around and hope your potions hold up. Oh, geez, I'm under a time limit, aren't I? Ugh. Hopefully this place can... Oh, there it is. That's oil avert. So, from what I understand, mountain cracks. Number 1 is what I'm looking for here. Yes, as a matter of fact. So, okay, if I'm looking at the map here, if I'm looking at this map correctly, there should be a forest nearby. And then there's a C shape right above that. And the mountain crack I'm looking for is right tucked away in the corner of this. Or not? Say... You're not hiding anything from me, are you? That'd be awfully mean if you were. Hey, friendo, buddy. Dude. Can you spot me for this? You know I'm good for it. There's a big ol' C shape on this map, and I'm not... I know I'm reading this incorrectly. This whole thing is just a gigantic labyrinth. I can't make hide nor hair of what all of these are supposed to look like. This map shows me where the treasures are, but it doesn't give me any other major landmarks here. Don't make me have to open another guide. Okay, there's a bump on the side of the continent here, and it's rather close to that. On a cliff face close to here, I think, is where we will find what we're looking for. It juts out. If that's a spiral going in, you have to come at it from the outside. Then that means what we're looking for is actually not in that spot. I want it because it's such a good weapon. Where is this? For this math, I have to... Oh, Quez. Oh, dude. Oh, thank you, man. It hasn't even happened yet. If I know what you're alluding to there, dude, thank you so much. This treasure's gonna drive me insane if I don't get it right now. I need it right now. It's right there. Are you going for Freya's best? Yes, that is what I'm looking for right now, the dragon hair. I know it's around here somewhere. It's a cliff right next to Oilevert. They said it's like slightly northwest here. No, that's not a thing. Where is it? Yeah, I gotta open up another guide for this. Somebody gave me specific directions for this in another one. Chocograph locations guide. It's worth it to get this, because once we go back to the other story, it'll be like northeast section of Frozen Island, north of Oilevert. Directly north of it, you say? Yes, okay. So, if we go here, and we point ourselves directly north, let me look around. A little variance left and right, just to make sure I'm seeing everything. It's not in any of those spots, okay. Poking around here, poking around there. Poking around everywhere that it'll let me. Do my eyes deceive me? Or is that the guide? Guide's not very good if it doesn't lead you properly, friend. This feels like I'm going too far based on the other map. Oh, wait. Maybe this is it. Maybe I was... No, that's the right sound! That was it! It just wasn't as obvious as the other one. Well, I'm stupid. Found one maiden prayer. Found one dragon's hair. Found one gauntlets and one Odin card. Hallelujah. Let's take a look at this thing in our inventory now. Good lord. That took way longer than it needed to. Okay, so... Legendary spear made from the Dragon King's hair. It is known as the Divider of Heaven. Unfortunately, we can't see... Unfortunately, we can't see just how strong it is quite at this moment, but her time will come. In the meantime, we got a helmet, we got gauntlets, which are way better than what he's got right now. 36 evade, man. The Maiden's Prayer. Maiden's Prayer, Maiden's Prayer, Maiden's Prayer. Oh, Medane's Ring. I forgot we had that. Yeah, we found a couple of those now. I blame the weight on old graphics. Sorry about that, Ashidaru. Let's give Dork a diamond. Guy's been through hell. He deserves it. Anyone else need upgrades right now? Can learn new things from different equipment? None of y'all have been in the party too much. It's worth double checking. Yeah, you're ready for new armor. Ooh, can you learn chakra from... Yes, you can. Okay, I don't have to downgrade your armor just to make sure. Mithril vest. That'll teach you auto potion. Blame the weight on... Oh. I just... Also, welcome to the chat, Ashidaru. Not sure if I said it already. Kind of went off on a mental tangent there. Never mind me, I get distracted sometimes. This is a bit of an... Can I go back to the ship and rest? That's the big question. What functions as an inn here? Did they lock me on this continent and I just have to make do with the supplies I've got? No, Square's better than that. They know more about game design than to just make me work off of limited resources. Because there's no way I would have known this is what this would lead up to. Surely I can sleep here on the ship, right? You need to go south, finish the mission, then you can board. Anything you need, I sell. Ah, I see how this is gonna go. You're gonna make me fund the villains, are you? It's all about that bass. Not really, though, because this song is actually pretty light for what it does. Let's fight 1 or 2 battles more, just because I need to learn some skills with this guy before we bring him in. That way he's not piss weak on everything, like the real challenge we're going up to. I at least want to upgrade his weapon. He needs to be dealing something resembling decent damage here. And I don't want to spend my Rising Suns just yet because I have no way to buy more of those at the moment. So Cannon's just a straight cuts your HP in half. I don't have to worry about that skill too much, except in the sense that it'll just eat through my potions if I'm not careful. How many turns do you get? The worst part about this enemy is he softens you up for the other threats around here. He keeps cutting you in half no matter how strong you really are. And then after all is said and done, something big just comes out of nowhere and eats you anyway. Because you didn't have enough potions to restore yourself and you refused to fund the bad guys. That's a tricky trick game. As opposed to, it's free to rock around and rock around, that's right on time. Alright. I don't think I'm actually making enough money off of any particular fight in order to keep healing myself that way. I don't want to walk away too far from my Chocobo anyway, because that's my easy path towards any particular thing. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a gosh darn minute. I remembered something else on this continent. Good old Half-Life Decay. Yeah, pretty much. I just remembered something. There's another location on this map that we need to go to sometime. And it has an interesting quirk to it as well. It's the thing I keep alluding to in all of the previous episodes. There's this one location that has rules that pretty much baked into my head the idea that you never ever want to throw away anything in an RPG. I wonder if it's the one in the pit up here. Chakra, Flea Gill, Alert. Got an Armstrong card out of that. It's Christmas in RPG land today. The Final Fantasy world specifically. Please tell me you're ready for a new weapon. No, but everything teaches you counter, so I think you're fine either way. Oh my goodness. Holy crap, that's a lot of attack power. That's kind of a jump. That's like we're going from 23 to 33 to 53 and then 75. Again, this is why you pay your dues when it comes to Chocobo. Got a better wrist for you. Got better accessories for you. Well, not quite better in stats-wise, but hey, it'll teach you how to get into trance faster. Whoa, that was an interesting sound effect. Breep. There you go. Now, periodically, when enemies are fighting you, you will smack them back for twice of that 200 damage. Well, I don't know, 10 points is quite a lot. In terms of powering up, you never know. He could start doing maybe 500, 1,000 in this next battle. I never quite figured out how all the math works in terms of... All I know is higher is better. Just don't worry about the back end of how all of these things work. You're not a professional Pokemon trainer. Side questing in a nutshell? Doesn't always have to be agitating. I mean, well, first off, every hero has to have a hobby. And I think I want to address that eventually when I get into game design. Is I just want to explain it in the sense that this is something I do on the side, and it's something this character enjoys doing. It'd be something like I collect these cards just in my off time. It's a guilty pleasure, I know, but... Well, there goes one of our heaviest hitters. Ugh. Hopefully this thing doesn't cast any more magic soon. I had to open my big mouth, didn't I? He takes... Wow. Dork's actually doing pretty well here. You know, I probably had time to revive Sean, but still. Just... Best defense is a good offense. Just keep stabbing at that thing with your steely knives, and eventually you'll kill the beast. That's how you reference, right? First and highest math result is almost my entire paycheck. Isn't that just the way? You work and you slave away, and you always have just enough to do what you want to do. But yeah, seriously though, don't feel the need to break the bank. Like, I just appreciate the idea that you want to support me, period. Like, you don't even have to do it this month if you don't want to. Like, Kevin... Never mind. We're gonna drop that train of thought. Sorry, what train of thought? What was I talking about? Nothing, apparently. Oh, you've got better headgear inbound. Counter, Bright Eyes. Bright Eyes would be really useful for you. Plus, that gives you extra strength. It's a ritual. What kind of ritual are we talking about here? You doing something funny when the party's not looking. Some of them old demons out there. Some little funny red guys with the pitchforks. Yeah, you gotta let me in on this kind of thing, man. We need more party members right now, especially ones that can hit hard. Fire! It's another one of those moments I wish this game had voice acting. Because every time the cannon fires, you just hear this muffled voice from inside of the Armstrong, like, "Arrgh!" Just this, delivered a lot better than that. It's like so overacted, you can't help but laugh at it, that kind of thing. I mean, this does look like a pirate ship with legs, so maybe we do have somebody on the inside who, uh-oh. How does that kill him every time? It's always just enough damage. It's like right over his upper limit. Like, I know he's the highest level party member right now, but seriously, he needs AP points too. Don't think he doesn't. It's at that point in the game where I realize I'm starting to feel like I should just go there, because I have the ability to do it, but at the same time, if I skip over the leveling process that's supposed to be here, then I'll be doing myself a disservice. That's what I'm doing. That's why I keep failing in these kinds of games. That's why I can never beat a Final Fantasy. There's a certain point where you're like, I know I should be doing what the game always tells me to do, but I'm so tantalizingly close to the end. Am I finding the friendly creatures? Yes! In fact, we just found Miss Ladybug last. The next one we have to... What? What in the world are... Oh! Uh-oh. I just realized somebody in this team is in trouble. Yeah, boy. Ah, boy. Ah, boy. White wind, please. Oh, come on. No! Not to that character, not now! Well, at least they cast it on the same person twice. Grinding is never bad. What the hell you doing? HP and MP of one party member. Enemy by using Gil. I've got enough Gil. Might as well. You gotta be kidding me. A remedy doesn't cure confusion. Oh, you suck. What? Oh, I see what you're doing. You're purposefully giving the confused person haste so that they'll attack themselves even more. That's a dirty trick. I forgot that cactars were kind of bastards like that in this game. Oh no. Whoever hits that thing next is toast now. 'Cause it's a death rattle kind of thing. This sucks so much. Don't you dare hide again. You stay up on above land, you little you-know-what. Alright, well, let's just take this step by step, shall we? I mean, the upside to this is now I can... Oh, never mind, battle's over. I was about to say I can actually take advantage of the full effect of my high potions now. But nope. Cactar... Tense! That's how I solve this problem. Tense. I've gotten plenty of those over the course of the game so far. I can just sleep in between. I could just sleep off the horrible mortal injuries. I haven't forgotten about my ability points. Let's rest. Let's save up. This is going to be a rough journey ahead of us. If this is how slowly we're getting through this battle by battle. Alright, you're ready for a new ability. The question is which one? You got a lot of good ones to choose from. Auto haste, counter. Which one? Probably auto haste. More actions is never a bad thing. And again, John St. John is our impromptu healer here. Like, he, she, them has the only healing spell in the party right now. Again, it's not going to help us much once we get to Oil Avert, but still, for now, it's a godsend. Especially if the enemy we encounter is a bit too aggressive for my tastes. Ah, look at those full health bars. Feels good. You can't be getting enraged at me yet. It's the first turn of battle. You're fine. Chillax, man. Lie on the ground there for a while. Get your composure back together. Learned locomotion. Do the locomotion with me. Think you didn't steal the Brigadine from the Aoife tree? Ah, Brigadine. Brigadine. I'm trying to remember what that was. I don't think I did, unfortunately. Which is weird because I've had Bandit on this character for the... I had Bandit on this character for the longest time until the start of our delve into Kuja's area, because I knew we weren't going to be fighting a battle for fighting a boss at least for quite some time. Unfortunately, it just wasn't working with me. We ended up killing the boss before I could steal all the stuff off of him, and that was using steel every freaking turn. It's like on one hand, I could have just stood around and like reloaded save files and tried to fight him again and again till I got it, but at the same time, I'm kind of doing a show here. I'm consciously aware of the fact that we spent a stream or two there doing nothing but chocobo stuff. I am keenly aware of the fact that me making something resembling story progress is probably for the benefit of everybody's sanity. Right, this is the part of the game where auto float starts coming in handy. Oh! John St. John actually got healed off of that. I wonder why. Probably because of accessories, right? If I had to take an educated guess here. This is why I love Millionaire. Look at the gil amount that we just surpassed back there. That is 100,000. We keep this up through the battles that we're doing, and we'll be at... I am running super low on those. But how many tents do we have? 22. You move and you sleep, you move and you sleep. 1 or 2 battles every day, and eventually this will all be starting to get easier. It's like when you're grinding the Brachydiosaurus, or whatever it's called in Final Fantasy VI. At first it's kind of a pain, but 1 or 2 battles later, it starts to get way faster. Brigadine teaches ability up to Zidane and Amaranth? Ooh. Do I have that skill already? This'll answer it for me. Add status, antibody, ability up. Yes! Now I remember what you're talking about. Yes, in fact, I do have the Brigandine. And ability up is life, yes. You know what? Now that you've mentioned it... That's auto potion, but he can learn that from an accessory, right? Let me actually go through here. Auto float. Where do you... Yeah, okay. The gold choker can teach him auto potion, so we can skip that. What's the next one he's got? Stone killer and bird killer. Do you learn those from accessories? Yeah, bird killer. How about stone killer? Not quite. It's probably better just to give it to him now. That way, I can learn the ability, and then I can take it off of him, and we can go back to learning all the other skills. That makes sense to me, Doc. We haven't encountered any men or devils on this island, so maybe we can use those points or something. No, let's leave alert on him, because I don't think anybody else has that skill right now. If anybody does, I need to take it off of them, because that's just kind of wasteful. Oh, haste. Ability up, clear head. That was a really good idea, Freed. Thank you for that. Yeah, nobody else has alert. Sorry, buddy, you're stuck with it. That's your lot in life. Now, return magic. What does this do again? Returns magic used by the enemy. Not terribly useful, because this guy's magic stat isn't that high. But hey, extra damage is extra damage. Yeah, okay. I was about to freak out over the fact that we were going to leave the chocobo there, but we can just summon him back to us anytime we want. Wait a second, did I actually equip ability up? I'm sorry, this is me being kind of paranoid, but I go through these entire processes just to do one thing, and usually when it comes to equipment in this game, I forget to do the thing. Alert is 4 points, and Sean has 4 unused points. This is true. Let's see here. Pretty sure he has alert too. He definitely does. He was the one who was keeping track of the party for some time. No, actually, that was Dork way back when. What's going on here? Oh. I will definitely keep my eyes open, Quez. Thank you for telling me that. I don't know what to expect anymore, but the way you're building it up, it's something awesome. I await with bated breath, and I'm probably going to, if I see something along the lines of this person has donated to your Patreon, I'll probably make a little unlisted video I'll put in the Discord of me reacting to whatever this is. Because I've seen people talking about this in chat. It's like, how did... I forget who said it. Somebody said Fnu breaks really easily when you give him things, but I don't know. It's genuine, if that helps. Alright. Take down that turtle. Turtle soup, my favorite. That was the worst shredder of all time. Of all time, and that's including the coming out of their shells tour version. That was pathetic. What was even that accent? Oh boy, I don't know sometimes, guys. Words just spill out of my gob, and I can't even follow it. This music! Guys, doesn't it sound familiar? It should, if you've been paying attention. What's a mogul doing all the way out here?
It's so unusual to have visitors here. Please deliver my mail for me, Cabal. I want to deliver a letter to Mool. Thanks, Cabal.
Anything else? No, not at all. Saw a copy of Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thrones in the bin for $20. How long are you going to be playing Tetra? Basically until people get bored of it. Until there comes a Wednesday that nobody wants to join me, honestly. Because that's the whole point of Pizza Party, is all playing games together. I've heard great things about Guild Wars. Don't get me wrong. It seems like an absolutely fantastic game. But I'm just... MMOs are one of those things you sink months into, so... If I hopped into Guild Wars as well, it would probably take a decent amount of time for me to get to it. Might as well buy new items for everybody. Anything that I don't happen to have at the moment. An Egoist's armlet. We could use a few of those. Thunder gloves, diamond gloves. Somebody could use those right now. We've already got one pair equipped. There's a friendly creature on this continent, I think gives you 40 to 50 AP, but it costs you an emerald. Oh, buddy. Have you looked at my inventory? It'll take me an eternity to get to it, but I will make this point eventually. Oh. Oh, what? Hold on a minute. I actually don't have one of those. I spoke too soon. Maybe? Let me rearrange everything here. There's no way. All the gems I found in treasure chests, I don't have an emerald yet? Well, I'll be damned. How about that? Huh. Maiden Prayer. Item that has a nice fragrance. Raises holy elemental attack. There is literally only one character that is useful for, because only one of the two girls in the party, well, no, there are 3 women in the party. One of the 3 women, no, it was still right, because this party member is a girl, in the strictest sense of the word. The only girl in the team is the only one who actually learns how to use holy magic. There we go. I am done tripping over my words for the briefest of moments. Also, half a skalak of snadbill. What, you didn't understand that? Sucks to be you. I made perfect sense. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Get the emerald from the friendly nymph. Huh. Interesting. I haven't encountered the friendly nymph yet. That's probably my problem. Less evade and a little less speed. However, ability up is life, as you put it. I'll learn a good distract. Then we can move up to the demon's mail, I think. Progress just feels so good. It feels so freaking good. Moving yourself up, getting new skills. Watching your party members become slowly more powerful as time goes on. That's why I try to leave level up and ability up on any characters that I can. Anybody who has it. Learn those as quickly as possible and then move on to new things. Speaking of which, can we unequip alert off of you? And move those points into some... That's the big trade-off. It's, do we have something better to put those points in? Bright Eyes would be useful. We've got the different killer abilities up here. Just join to the sound of Fnu's gibberish. You mean everything I say? Welcome to the chat, Dark Lord. How you doing tonight? Oh, hang on. Somebody wants to get my attention. Oh no, this is important. Trust me. Oh. Nope. I should probably turn off the notifications for that game. If you're wondering, it's a little phone app I found. It's an early access on Android right now. It's called StarTap. I have a weakness for these idle games, I'm telling you. I don't know what it is. Again, it's probably the RPG fan in me, but I just like watching numbers go up. I like seeing... Hang on, let's go to the Mog Shop here. I can buy potions from this person. You have no relation to Kuja, it'll be fine. But before that, we have a new hat to buy for people. Green berets, and 6 of them, no less. We're quickly running out of all the money we just bought. Let's see here. Crosshelm, Brigadine if we didn't have it already. A lot of people can equip a judo uniform, apparently. Plate mail, gold mail. We actually want to buy 2 gold mails, just in case Dork is still using it by the time we get over there. And I'm just going to fill up the rest of my inventory with high potions. Blow all my cash on this. Idle game. The only game other than Skyrim with 300 hours. I mean, I've told stories about how my mom has played Bejeweled 3 for over 1,000 before, I think. Over 1,300 last I checked. And then, of course, there's Monster Hunter, which TJ was mentioning earlier, and... oh, God. The furthest I ever got in a Monster Hunter game, I think, was Try on the original Wii. And I got about 120 hours into that one before I just gave up. I'm like, this is eating my life away. I need to move on to something, anything else for a while. And of course, I'll probably put even more time than that into World when it comes out, especially if you guys are willing to play with me. Because games are always better with friends. We'll be fine until we run out of pots. Start trading people in Medane's rings here. God, how many people are gonna get that joke? It's an interesting study in how economies work in real life, honestly. If your currency becomes useless, you just start trading in something that has more of a value to it. Have you played E3 Winner, Devolver Digital's clicker game? I have not, but now I'm curious about it. Uh-oh. What does this do? Oh dear, right, that skill, the one that lowers an enemy to 1 HP. I forgot that thing had... somebody, please. You gotta strike it eventually. I get this thing's strategy. Whittles us down with its cannon, and then it hits us with thunder. How quick is this thing? And that's just a counter skill, isn't it? Although I will say, some of the best idle games out there are the ones that have stories. And I keep bringing this up. It's one I think I actually turned Arbok onto. I think he's the one who comments about actually playing it. Have you guys ever heard of Crush Crush? One of the like 3 games that I will just go on and on and on about. But I mean it, it's so good. Never... No, I'm not just biased toward it because it has sexy content and one of my favorite characters of all time in it. It's just genuinely well written. Somehow it actually makes the act of waiting for something to happen fun. It's a dating sim mixed with a clicker, and it's awesome. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just great. Discount Honey Pop? Not even discount. I think it's actually written better than Honey Pop. It doesn't have a whole lot of animation. It doesn't have the production value of a game like that, don't get me wrong, but it's still fantastic for what it does. Yeah, the jokes all land in that game. Every single one. And wait until you unlock the 4th character, L. Never mind, you get me going off on that, I'll keep talking forever. This is why I named Garnet Garbage in this game. Because your waifu is trash and that's where she belongs. Let's just rein ourselves in for a moment here. Uh-oh. Is it true? Were the legends real? We're not just seeing a trance today, everyone. We're seeing the fabled double trance. All of the particles! Nice shot, Steiner! You know, Scott, once in a very long while, I remember why you're in charge. 86 hours in it, I lost all right to make fun of Crush Crush. Oh, dude. I'm in that same boat with you. I've got, what? Something ridiculous like a 1,200 times multiplier at this point. Like, I just figured out how to unlock Eva the other day because of the summer event. Like, somebody on the Discord pointed out to me, like, have you been putting points into your magician skill? I'm like, no, because I've been trying to do the characters in order. And then that happened, and then I reached level 9 with that character, and I'm like, there is not enough power in my wrist to be able to generate this many hearts. You have bested me on the fact that I'm pretty sure if I reach 100% with this character, I'm going to give myself arthritis. I want to say something about Falcon. Have I talked about Falcon, like, at all? I don't think. Can I get a link for the Discord? Sure. There you go. Good to go. Yeah. I think that's enough grinding, don't you think? Everybody's at a fairly decent level, above 30 at the very least. We've learned a couple abilities. Almost maxed out our equipment. Diamond, crosshelm. Wow, he didn't even need the gold. He knows all the skills from that already. He can just go straight for the Genji helmet. HP plus 20%. Dork's kicking ass right now. He will need to move down to the gold armor, though. Just so he knows Stone Killer. Diamond, Lapis Lazuli. Accuracy plus. Actually, I can skip straight up to the gauntlets if I want because of that. He's learning ability up from the other item. Ever heard of looking for group? Only in the context of MMOs. Do I know what that means? Oh, wait a second. Everybody's got a hat now. The Green Beret. And it's pretty much better for everybody. I'm learning Gamble Defense from something else right now, right? No, only the headband. Which is why I still have it equipped. Good. A game about car parts. Right. I miss JonTron. I wish he'd make a video soon. Although people probably say the same thing about me, and I'm working on it. 8-Beat ain't dead yet. The webcomic. You'll thank me later. Okay. I will make a note of that. Now I've got to create a new category in my queue here. Make it bigger so I can differentiate the different sections here. Webcomic, looking for group. This sounds familiar though. I'm pretty sure I've heard of this somewhere. You seem alive in the webcam? Alive? What do you mean by that? Seem alive in the sense that I move around a lot, or I'm not moving at all. And is this a problem I need to fix? If so, please tell me. Uh-oh. Speaking of problems, it says I'm offline again. In the case of making a video? Fnu, you finished Spyro, we can't hang you yet? I haven't finished it yet. We've got one more video on that, and that's probably going to go up after I have this backlog of streams uploaded to the gameplay channel. Well, Hit knows what you're talking about at the very least. Alright. It is... Do you think this is a good place to stop? I mean, we've got a whole dungeon ahead of us. It's about half an hour before I usually end off these streams, but I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Oh, my workflow is about to get a lot busier, thanks to what I keep alluding to. I usually won't have a moment to myself most of the time, but it'll result in more content for you guys, so it'll be worth it. I always say this to people, this job is only stressful when I don't do it. It's kind of a weird dichotomy in that sense. This joke only bugs me when I'm not getting it done, when I'm not making content, but when I actually set the time aside and make these videos, it's great. I enjoy it a lot. I'm actually happy that I'm spending long hours at this, whacking away at this thing and eventually coming out with a video, because I'm sticking to my promises. There was gonna be a movie. They never made the movie. Well, that's a neat trick. I have another one. It's called Smack You in the Face with a Fork. Yeah. I think tonight's good. There will always be another week, right? Yeah. And we just learned auto-reflect. Just hit level 32. I think those are good notes to end off on, so yeah, thank you all very much for coming to the stream tonight. It's been fun. Join us again next Thursday, when we'll be playing more of this, and also join us on Sunday. I'm sorry I keep putting this series off, the multiplayer Stardew Valley, but instead, I will be hopping into Warhammer Vermintide with Dark Lord Returned, and we will be slaying some, presumably, vermin together. Until then, I'm Whatthefnu. Later, everybody. Que.